It's time for Think Fast, the speedrunning game show with fast times and sharp minds. I'm your host, Corva
I'm
May.
also your host, Spoos.
Tonight, over the Chao garden wall, the blue blur meets green groves. You say it if you're going to make fun of me. Our contestants for tonight's showdown, Emerald and Dawn. There will be another race after this one, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm sure everyone knows the rules, but just to be safe, this is Think Fast, the speedrunning game show. Our contestants will race for the best time in Sonic Frontiers, but with a catch. Spoos and I can interrupt whenever we feel like to ask a trivia question, and if a runner answers right, we'll take some seconds off their final time. There's no penalty for guessing wrong, but focus too hard on answering a question, and your run might suffer. For all you lovely folks watching, feel free to play along and chat. How are both of you feeling going into tonight's race?
I'm terrified. I think like playing Sonic Frontiers will be all right, but like my brain, I'm sure will short circuit at some of these questions. But I'm ready.
That's okay. That's normal.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. I feel really good about the Frontiers because I've been grinding it over the last like month or two, getting back into this category, and I feel really good. But yeah, the trivia scares me.
This is actually our brand new show where we scare all of you with trivia. It's called Tales from the Crypt. It's horror themed because learning is scary, but it's okay. We'll get through it together.
We're gonna learn a lot.
Do y'all want to start doing a speed run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Then without further ado, it's time to think fast in 3, 2, 1, go.
GL done.
Geo.
I see you all picked high speed style.
Yeah, so in the game, you have all these sliders and stuff where you can adjust Sonic's like bounce height, jump height, like turning speed, all that. And high speed style just kind of like allows us to have those all maxed out from the start.
I thought that was like it was an interesting thing to see in a Sonic game of like, do you want him to go slower? And
I guess it's their way of trying to make it more like accessible for people who are not as used to the high speed games, you know?
Is the game?
I don't hate it.
Is the game still just like completable with lowest speed and stuff? I mean, I would assume they would have to be, but like,
yeah.
Is it like comfortable?
No.
Yeah, so slow. That makes sense.
It's very bad. But I guess it's better for. Yeah. So we actually just got done with cyberspace, which is kind of the more like traditional levels for Sonic. We're doing a little bit of speed tag, but we can explain that later because now we're in the open zone, and this is basically just like the tutorial of the game. So we're gonna have to like kind of advance through a bunch of text boxes. It's gonna tell us how to fight, how to move around, how to turn the camera, all that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't skip a lot of these because, funny enough, and you know, we're on a trivia show, may as well talk about some trivia. Each of these little tutorial areas that we go through actually unlocks more parts of Sonic's abilities, basically, you can think about it that way. Like right now, even if we wanted to quit out of the game to reset or whatever, we couldn't because they just haven't unlocked that part yet.
Oh.
Which is really funny for resets, I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah, wait, so you have to like quit the desktop to reset?
Yes.
Up to a certain point, yeah.
Hilarious.
Great.
Up until we unlock Psyloop, which isn't until after we're fighting the ninja right now. He's the first like mini boss of the game, the Guardian characters. After we unlock Psyloop, which is pretty much after this, that's when we can quit out. So that's effectively like 2.5 minutes into the run.
That's so goofy.
Yeah, and it's really sad because Taco has one of our good friends, the Sinister Taco, has actually found skips where you can like get around and do a ring route to get max rings, but it just doesn't matter because you just lose too much functionality that you can't really do anything even if you do skip it.
Well, for low percent.
Yes, for low percent, it's going to be really cool once we figure that out.
So this was my least favorite part of the game casually.
You said least favorite?
Least favorite was running in circles to collect coins so that you can watch a cutscene so that you're faster.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will say it is nice that the power boost does exist. Power boost, for those that don't know, is when you get max rings, this cutscene will play, and then you can go extremely fast. It's like really comparable to like unlocking max speed in the game, which is good because before it used to take forever to max out your speed stat with collecting all the Cocos. So what I'm actually doing right now, and what I assume Dawn is probably either in the middle of doing, or is about to do, is a trick called Joshua method, which allows us to skip the whole tutorial. Well, the second half of the tutorial. Did you die?
Yeah. I should have, but I got it.
That's a
Oh, I
fantastic
also
trick
got
name.
it. Let's go.
go.
That trick is actually really hard, but it skips so much. We don't
Yes.
have to fight a guardian. We skip 1-2, which I know is kind of sad. That's a lot of people's favorite cyberspace stage.
Yeah.
And we skip a bunch of like miniature cutscenes that just like lock us in place and, you know, don't allow us to progress. But right now we're doing a XP route to unlock Stomp. If you want to talk about slingshots and HSPs potentially, Dawn.
Yeah, so Stomp is by far the best ability in the game. The combat system breaks the game in a lot of ways, but canceling out of attacks will usually when you use an attack, Sonic has to try to catch up to the enemy that you're trying to use it on, right? So if you cancel out with a boost, which I'll try to show off right here, you get a lot of speed.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
that's
actually did
slingshot.
a homing attack as well. And here, we're going to get over the invisible wall by just holding the A button.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I got caught by Asura. I'm so sad.
Yeah, that slingshot's tough because you can run into the boss trigger really easy.
Yeah, and then it just locks your movement.
Here, I'm making it over an invisible wall that's insanely high. You might have thought this is excessive, but it is not. And here, we're going to actually go to the boss trigger that they left in. They usually just drop you on top of when you enter the boss arena, right there. And there's Giganto. We don't need any
Giganto.
Chaos Emeralds.
So nice of them to leave that in the game for us. There's been patches too. That's the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
There's all the speed tech has been kind of around since like the game came out, and they haven't patched it out, even though there's been a couple of different patches.
Well, you
And
can't
one
go
thing,
supersonic with no Chaos Emeralds. That's illegal.
Yeah.
I guess they
It's
follow the
kinda crazy.
methodology of if it doesn't affect a casual person, it's okay to keep them, which is a good methodology.
I
Do we
would
have any
agree.
questions about Sonic crimes?
What are the crimes? I guess that's the question.
Well, we have questions. You know what? We kind of do.
All right, so I actually did the first phase of this fight pretty specifically, so that here we may be able to skip the QTE section. Let's see if I get it. If he hops back, it's bad. Nice, I got it. Huge.
No, I wanted him to hop back so I could catch up. I'm waiting for the cutscene after the first phase.
Yeah, this is actually a really good start for me. I've done like so many no resets in the days leading up to this, and this is my best start by far. Let's get.
Must be
We
nice.
haven't
I'm
bothered
catching
you
up.
with questions Yet, but we're about to.
We're about
Oh,
to.
no.
Oh, I'm scared.
Let's jump in.
All right, let's get started. Let's. Boost, if you'd be so kind.
What are the two colors of gumball that have been used for Sonic's eyes on the Blue Bunny Sonic ice cream bar?
Green.
That is one of them.
Red.
Red is not one of them.
No.
Sonic with red eyes would be great.
I'm guessing blue, maybe?
Yeah.
Nope.
Blue.
What?
That
Wait.
just makes sense. No, black.
That's correct.
Let's
yeah,
go.
that makes sense.
10 seconds for Emerald, I believe.
I'm getting
That'll
washed.
catch me back up.
We're trying to throw an ice cream related question at every show now, just to make ourselves hungry, I guess.
Yeah.
The Sonic ice cream is a great question to ask.
Absolutely. Very iconic. And I feel like I had that probably the most from ice cream trucks growing up.
Yep. Every time.
They changed. It's currently green. They changed it when they changed Sonic's eye color.
Oh, okay. That's crazy that they were like, yep, we got to update everything. Get the ice cream.
It's very important that the ice cream remains up to date. Otherwise, you don't want to like break lore. Continuity.
This is true.
I was just thinking about like a world where they did have the red eyes, and that would be terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just sounded correct.
Yeah.
It
I
felt
believe
correct
it.
to me, but it does sound terrifying.
I believe it, but that would give little kids nightmares.
So what's this cyberspace stage called?
They
They're all just numbered.
Yeah, they're all just numbered. This is 2-2. I believe it's Dragon Road Unleashed.
Dragon
Oh,
Road.
that sounds
Played
right.
it. Yeah, you played it recently. Tell me.
Yeah, it does. It does have the spinning like platforms, much like Dragon Road does in Unleashed. But I don't really know if it's like exactly like that. But not all of the
Yeah.
cyberspace stages are exactly the same as other Sonic games. Just a lot of them are kind of structured similarly to other levels.
I'll be honest,
they
I
must
was really banking on it containing the word being a garden because it looks gardeny so that we could do a plant question. And I
go for it.
miscalculated tremendously.
Yeah, they didn't give them names, and I hate it. It's just like Tutu. Okay,
You
fun.
too.
Very memorable.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I think I just assumed they had names because it's like, oh yeah, this one looks like this. This one looks like
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2. This one looks like
Yeah, we usually just refer to them by their like the stages that they're based off of.
that makes sense.
That helps
Yeah,
a
it makes
little
sense.
bit. That stage in particular is really annoying now because they actually added that you can use power boost in cyberspace, and it makes that stage so much harder because your frame windows to get jumps and inputs off is so much harder.
It's a lot tighter. Yeah, you have to react a lot quicker to random little bits of platforming.
So there's no way I'm going to be able to explain this well. But we're going to
Do you want me
something
to try?
really crazy. Yeah, go ahead. I'm at
Okay.
Strider.
Okay, so what? Oh, you're at Strider.
Yeah.
Okay, so what Dawn is doing is a trick called Wyvern Escape Skip. And the way that it works is a little complicated, but we're storing a text box that you're supposed to get when you free Knuckles that gives you a new move. We use that and we like trigger the shark before we free Knuckles so that we can move around while freeing him. So that when it would normally start that cutscene to give us that move, we aggro another boss, which allows us to move. So then we actually go to a very conveniently placed climbable wall
Yeah.
that if it wasn't there, we actually wouldn't be able to perform the trick, but it locks Sonic's position in place. And that it's also convenient because we're skipping a chase section that starts with Wyvern like shooting the missiles at you, but we're already at the end, so we can just like run off the side of the cliff, die. The game counts us as completing the chase because we're in the end section, and we also skip the cutscene there that would normally play because you're not allowed to die in cutscenes, and the game's like, whoa, like what's going on? Like,
Yeah. And on top of that, the game freaks out after, right? And then it sets itself to 30 FPS, which sounds awful because 30 FPS in this game runs terrible, but it's actually really good for us at the start of Chaos Island, so we're going to keep it.
I like how a side effect of a trick is
What the
just
heck?
your game's frame rate being worse.
What the heck?
yeah.
Also, recently, I had a glitch with this where when I died here, my whole game just fell apart. When I posted it, I called it Sonic Frontiers Creepypasta because it's really weird. The UI like went away, nothing worked right. It was odd. Also failing the slingshot.
It was really interesting because we've been doing this trick for a while, so we feel like we kind of like at least understand it pretty decently at this point. But like, I guess we just don't because Don had that happen to him with his run.
Yeah, it was
And
odd.
but it's never happened to anybody else, so there must have been some sort of factor that made it happen.
It's cursed.
But yeah, if you notice,
That's it.
30 FPS in this game is incredibly choppy. It is not a smooth transition.
Yeah, I don't
and-
feel like Sonic is made for 30 FPS.
Yeah.
I like his
Gotta say.
little hops to the side. That's how I run too.
That's how you run fast.
We'll say if you don't like the way that this looks, you probably shouldn't get the game on the Switch because
Yeah, that makes
it
sense.
does only have 30 FPS there.
I don't know if it is that bad on Switch, but I couldn't tell you myself. I do not own it on Switch.
It's probably just
Yeah.
Nice.
because you're used to low frame rates on Switch, so you're not as bothered by it.
This is true.
That's also fair.
So I just did. So
FPS sounds smooth.
the original version of Slingshot actually was just going straight up instead of horizontal, and it's actually required to be frame perfect to get any use out of it. So that's what I just did there to get to Wyvern faster. Fortunately, Slingshot, you don't need to do it frame perfect. There's it's a pretty big frame window, probably like a full 10th, maybe more, for Slingshot, which is awesome because we use it a ton. So if that was frame perfect, it'd be pain.
Yeah. And also because now the game's in 30 FPS, the window is a little larger for the HSP that gets us up to Wyvern. But it also kind of like messes with muscle memory since we're pretty used to doing HSPs in 60 FPS. So you have to really, really, really slow down the inputs, or at least it really feels like you're slowing them down a lot.
No, it hasn't slowed down a lot though, because we haven't really set a pace because we've only done one.
You got it. You're already on board with the segues.
Yeah, I made it
good.
work. Okay, it was,
Perfect timing.
it was a journey, but we got there together.
Go for it.
What character was originally designed to play the synthesizer in the sound test menu in the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
Synthesizer. Wait, what character you said?
Yeah,
Original Sonic?
Eggman.
it's not Eggman. By
Original
originally designed, I
Sonic.
mean he was designed for this purpose.
Oh.
Because this was cut content. They replaced it with the Sega, like the Sega,
Interesting.
for space reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no clue. Because that came out in like the early, it's like early 90s, right?
Sonic 1
Yeah.
was
What characters
91.
even were there?
This character was not introduced for a good bit after this. There's the hint.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm getting owned right now by the missiles. None of them are hitting me. Okay.
They are a character that you've heard of. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
Character we've heard of.
What was it for again?
If you played the synthesizer in the sound test menu, there's a hint.
Oh my gosh. If we know this character, then
Yeah, it's not like an obscure
Musical?
character.
Tails.
All right,
It
it's
is.
not that unobscure.
More obscure than Tails.
Yeah. Vector.
It is
Vector's
Vector.
correct.
No
Let's
way.
go. I just thought
Funny-
of heroes. I was just going to name all of Chaotix.
Now,
That's the
my
only
hint was
thing I
going to
could think
be
of.
he's in Heroes. So
Yeah.
20 seconds for Don.
I'm actually shocked that Vector was in anything that early.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I
I
mean,
I
he
honestly
ended up
thought
not being.
maybe, but
Yeah, planned to be, but
They were
still.
in Knuckles Chaotix, right?
yeah.
Okay. So that, I don't know when that game came out, to be honest. But that's not that much later, I guess.
Unless I'm
I
like
would
completely
assume.
misremembering. I have not played I have not played the Chaotix game, but
Yeah, I was just trying to choose between Chaotix because I was like, once I say one, it's over.
yeah.
How much
Yeah.
longer do we got in this Wyvern fight? Because we do have a. Oh, never mind.
We can do another.
Yeah, you have time.
No, I was going to
We
say.
have 4
I'll-
QTEs.
Oh, perfect. I just have a question that's perfect for this. Spoos, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah. What are the names of the Titan theme songs in Sonic Frontiers?
Wait, how do we
Undefeatable.
do this?
That's
Wait, yeah.
one. Just name them.
Find your flame.
I'm here.
That's, yep.
Break through it all.
That's too.
Yeah, you got him.
We're clicking.
15 seconds for Don, 5 seconds for Emerald. Y'all got that like immediately. I'm not surprised. I don't know why we put that one as hard, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we love these songs. I think
They're so good.
The one in the Wyvern fight specifically is
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Same. It's so good.
which
Even
one's
though the
is
fight
Wyvern?
is kind of lame to play. It's kind of auto
Break through it all.
score.
I like Find Your Flame the best.
Yeah, that
one
one's
is
the
really
night
good.
one. That's like probably my second favorite.
Oh,
I
accidentally-
think Undefeatable will be powerful for me forever because just the first time playing and hearing Kellen Quinn, I was like, high school me would be losing their mind right now.
Yeah, I feel like the first playthrough of this game was just so amazing as a Sonic fan because it was just like,
Yep.
oh my gosh, these fights are so cool. So they made Super Sonic cool rather than just running into things.
Okay, and here's the reason, by the way, that we keep the game in 30 FPS. Because for some reason, in 2023, calculations are tied to frame rate. So watch the gear
Yeah.
count. We just duplicated that gear because of 30 FPS. It's likely impossible at 60. Oh, and clipping through the ground. Great.
Oh, funny slingshot moment.
Yeah.
That happens pretty commonly with slingshots on slopes.
Yeah.
How am I not even getting the I'm getting owned right now, I must say.
Sad.
Look, if you don't tie your physics updates to your or your checks to the frame rate, then you have to do like 2 checks. That's twice as many.
All right, and fortunately, when we enter 3-1 here, which is the stage that's modeled after Green Forest, our FPS will actually automatically reset to 60. Because for some reason, just going through the protocol to enter the stage just fixes it.
I need to know what spaghetti code led to that happening. Like, why? Like, I don't get it. We do a trick, and then you get to 30 FPS, and then eventually just fixes itself on its own. Okay, sure.
We used to actually just not play through the 30 FPS because after the Wyvern escape skip, which triggers it, we were just like, well, we'll just switch it to 60 and then whatever. But because the gear duping happened so early into Chaos Island, we were just like, well, I guess it is just faster to not do the menuing and just play through it. So
Yeah, even though it's pretty painful.
yeah.
This is another stage that got a bit harder because of power boost.
Oh yeah.
But we use it because it is faster.
Sadly, it made me very mad when they added this because it's like it is a cool thing, but at the same time, it's like, wow, I have hundreds of hours of muscle memory already for this game.
Yeah.
Without power boost, and it's just like I have to rewrite all that in my brain.
But it's faster.
It is faster. I can't be that mad.
Also, we should mention, so you've seen Slingshot, and the other one, the other variant where you go vertical is called the Hedgehog Space Program. And this one that you'll see us using in cyberspace uses homing attack, and same idea, you just boost out. There's a lot of names for it, but we like to call it the gritty, so if we refer to that, you know what it is now.
Yes, there is a lot of gritties in the speedrun.
There was quite a heated debate during my Hundo run about a month ago now about it. It's a pretty contentious name, but you know.
Yeah,
think it's
it
funny.
is the gritty wars.
Yeah. I keep clipping through the ground. This is unfortunate. Need to stop
I think
doing
you're
that.
just doing it too late, maybe?
I think it's too fast after the dodge roll is what it is, if I remember
Oh.
correctly.
Could be that.
Impatient.
Well, while
Yeah,
you're clipping
so-
through the ground,
Oh,
you know what's in the ground?
what's that? Plants?
Plants.
Yes.
About how many plant species are maintained in Disney World? Within
Oh.
100?
200? 200.
200? Yeah.
Within 200. 80.
Many more than that.
Very cool.
100.
I'm going to say
160.
175.
Okay, I will say if we say within 200, it will be at least 200.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, at least?
Oh, yeah, I can see how you're all were confused. No,
Yeah. Okay.
You have a range of 200
Yeah,
that we will
yeah.
consider correct.
I see. Okay. 250.
Okay.
Oh.
That's on us.
There's so many.
520.
More.
More? 1,000.
Bigger.
Are there that many?
There are a lot of plant species in the world.
1,500.
Bigger.
Continue.
5,000.
Not that big.
Smaller.
3,000.
Closer.
Continue.
3,500.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
go.
my
20 seconds
gosh.
for Emerald.
That's so insane.
Oh, yeah,
Why
no.
are there so many plants?
Now name them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For bonus
yeah?
time,
You like
Yeah,
plants?
name
You
every
like
plant.
plants?
Name them all.
They represent every continent on Earth other than Antarctica.
If you can find native
Wow.
plants to Antarctica,
Let them know.
go ahead.
no, I'll
give it-
find
yeah.
it. I'll
it
find it.
time,
Just give
I
me a
guess.
plane ride out there.
All right, but how many plant species are there in the world total?
10,000.
Way more than
Way
There's
that.
more.
gotta be way more than that.
3,500. Disney has
True.
everyone.
Yep, Disney has every plant. 320,000. So if you're a plant
That's
collector,
less than I would have thought, to be honest.
Yeah, that is also less than I would have thought.
268,000 of them are flowering plants, and the rest are not flowering, apparently. So, start collecting.
Yeah.
Gotta
I'll
catch them
start my
all.
plant collection.
All right, so you just saw Slingshot do some crazy stuff. The biggest thing with Slingshot is if it depends on your horizontal or vertical distance to the target that you're trying to do it on. So that one there is just massive and gets us pretty much across the map. And we collected that one first so that we can do something a bit later to get the one that's intended to be first, I guess.
Yeah, you're supposed to get the blue one first, which you'll see because we're gonna do some stuff. But the cutscene that like happens after you're so get the first emerald, which is supposed to be blue, happens at the blue emerald shrine. Like a whole automated section that we're supposed to go through. Supposed to being the keywords.
Yeah. Yeah, the routes for Chaos and Arenos Island are honestly really cool and very well crafted.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like really the only parts. Like I don't know if you guys have really been paying that much attention to it, but we basically just did not play the first two islands. We kind of just did the things that were absolutely necessary, and then we left. But this for these two islands, or well, the next three islands, there's no way to like not do what is like kind of the minimal like intended stuff. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think the further they got along development, they figured out how to stop us, and they just didn't go back, I guess. Which I think is good. It makes the speedrun really balanced. You skip like half of the islands, and then you play the longer ones. So I think it's a cool flow.
Yeah, it does give it like some, like it fills it out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's better than like you get more gameplay out of it, and it's not like you do like just skip all the way to the credits or something like that. So it does feel like there's just like a lot of gameplay to be had. You know what I mean?
So this is Shield Escape Skip. I just did a trick launch off of a very tiny little ledge there, and now we're going to collect the blue emerald during this, which is going to save us quite a bit of time. Shoutouts to D-Pad Gamer for finding this. Like, I want to say like within the first week or two. It was for It was for a jumpless challenge. And he's just like, oh yeah, here's like a really massive skip for you. Yeah, have fun.
I will say that this trick there's a lot of moving parts to it. The launch, like before the launch, we skip a cutscene. I don't know if Dawn did the cutscene skip or not. But you can skip the cutscene before you get out of this automated section that just is like, there's a lot to explain with just this section of like with the little launch. Because not only do we not do the automated section, but it makes it go way quicker because the game's like, oh wait, Sonic's not where he's supposed to be. Oh, I died. That's bad.
Dang. Yeah, there's also the two cutscene skips. So M trying to do the... did you get the first cutscene skip?
I did get the first cutscene skip, yeah.
And then this one right here, I'm coming up on. We're going to die on the same frame that we enter the cutscene, hopefully. I'm going to take my time setting it up. Be a little safe here. Hopefully that works. And we'll see in just a moment if it did. Oh no, I was just too far to the left, so we have to replay the section now, unfortunately.
Oh no. Wait, we're even. Let's go.
Well, while you all are focusing on replaying the section.
Oh no.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing.
I used plants for a visual cue. Does that help?
Yes, but we're asking a Sonic question this time,
Oh,
so save
dang.
that segue
Okay.
for later.
Okay.
Thank you to fellow Hotfix showrunner Amber for sending in this question. What is the name of the human girlfriend Sonic was originally going to have?
Oh no.
Oh no. I remember this, but I don't. My heart.
Proto-Elise.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Elite.
Susie. I don't know.
Not Susie.
Susie in my brain sounds kind of right, actually.
Yeah, I
but
don't know
it's
why.
not. Let's go with general names. Sarah.
It's not Sarah. It is a more obscure name.
Janet.
More obscure. It is the name of a very, very famous person.
I feel like I know this. I can't. I've heard this before. I know I have.
I know. As soon as you say it, we're gonna be
Famous
like, oh, famous person.
I hate that this is in the middle of
Another
the
hint,
part.
mayhaps.
Famous music artist.
Yeah, that's why I said Janet, because I already felt like that was right.
Honestly, not a bad track. Like, it's kind of a similar era.
Yeah. Madonna.
That's correct.
Let's go.
What? No way. I actually would
crazy
not
would
have guessed
that have
that.
30 seconds for Don.
Let's go.
The stuff in the Sonic Bible is like wild.
Especially early Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is going on there? All right, so we were able to get the cutscene skip second try. Shield escape sip is like one of the make or break sections of the run. Once you get there, it's like you kind of know if you have a run or not. Once you get past that, I'm sad that I went slightly too far left. And it cost me like a minute or two. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it wastes a lot of time. That's this section of the run is probably the most brutal when it comes to like, okay, if you don't hit this trick, you're going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh, good news.
Yes.
Moose?
Huh?
It said it's a concentration time.
Why is Sonic blue?
Rival Mario.
No, actually.
Because like the sky like reflects water or something. Like
Okay, no,
I think that's why.
That's why the sky is blue. But we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
so Sonic actually reflects wavelengths of light between.
Yeah, true. Sonic is blue because he reflects enough blue light that that's what we see. Got him.
What people don't know is that Sonic's hair is actually translucent and the skin is blue.
It's actually
No way.
it's actually cyan. It's not blue.
That's really creepy to think about.
What
I
is
don't like
the
it at all.
what is the design decision that led Sonic to becoming blue?
I don't know. Freedom. I don't know.
Freedom.
Blue.
I wanna be
Why
a
would
lady.
Sonic be blue?
Maybe just because it's like one of the primary colors.
It is
Very
one
marketable.
It is one of the primary colors of something.
Yeah, it definitely.
Oh wait, it's not one of the primary. Wait, is it? No, I'm crazy.
Primary colors are red, yellow, blue.
I forgot that you have to do near hacking in this game.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, it's just like here it is.
Yeah,
You can mash here to make it faster, but I'm very bad at mashing, so I will not be doing that.
The mashing is also risky because if you're not like holding the button, so like you can block the shots. Like if you're shooting the black shot, you can block the like black like things that are coming at you. But like if you're not holding the button, you're not shielded from them. So if you're mashing like kind of fast, then you end up like missing some of them and like won't be shielded, and you just get hit and die, which is not fun.
But why Sonic Blue though?
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of this. The ocean.
It is related to something else being blue. Yeah.
It is related to something else being blue that is related to Sonic in a big way.
Something else being blue.
What else is blue? I don't know. I'm actually Sky.
It is not in game,
Yeah,
but
it
it is very related to Sonic. Well, it's not like a gameplay element,
Okay, true.
but it's very, very core related to Sonic. You see it. You see it in every Sonic game. But it is not part of the game itself, so to speak.
Everyone in chat is screaming at us right now.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
No.
I didn't. This is not as easy as. I shouldn't have made this easy. I made it easy because I read it and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
It's easy in retrospect.
Yeah,
it
it's
is easy in
going to be.
retrospect.
Is it because people associate speed with the color blue?
It
Do
is
they?
not.
I mean, they could.
Is the concept of that in a Sonic game?
But,
I don't know.
But the flames I painted on my car to make it go faster are not blue.
What's one of the first things you see in every Sonic game ever released?
Oh, the Sega logo.
Yeah.
There you go. 5 seconds
Oh
for
my
Emerald.
god, okay, that's so obvious. I'm
Yeah.
crying.
That makes sense. So
That is
they would
because
associate
Wait,
Sega
Sega
with
it's
logo
the
is
Sonic.
same
blue.
for Mario too.
I don't know. I don't know about Mario.
They're both red.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason why Mario's red, but I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
It's because they wanted to rival Mario. My first answer was correct.
So So the funny thing about Chaos Island is there is a lot of funny little mini games that we have to play to collect Chaos Emeralds in order to progress the game. So this one is the nuts and bolts mini game where you collect nuts and bolts. Wow, what a concept!
Oh, like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they like the nuts and bolts one.
So another funny game is broken thing. You can slide into the boxes and it's really fast, but sometimes the nuts and bolts will just when they just spawn lower if you slide into it too much. And then they just fall into the lava and you can never get them again. So that's funny.
Yes, so we lovingly refer to that as deleting our nuts, which is unfortunate, but it happens pretty easily, actually, if you just do it just slightly too fast.
You can certainly not be able to complete the game if you do it enough as well. So I just play it very safe and always do the regular attacks to finish them off.
Do you like soft walk? Soft walk? You just have to do the minigame again.
You have to do it again.
You have to do it again. It just takes a while, though.
Yeah, and I guess you can either just die or wait for it to time out, but yeah, either way it's painful because you're losing a minute or two for that.
You can also pause and reset the minigame, but I mean,
I've
it
never
also
had to do that before.
Oh, trust me, it hurts. It hurts.
All right, while y'all are flying to your next destination. What is a group of hedgehogs called?
Oh. Spiny boys.
I was going to say,
family.
you don't know it, so I do want to hear your best thoughts of what it should be.
Family.
Wholesome.
That is wholesome.
I don't know what animal this is, but I've heard a gaggle. It's definitely not a hedgehog, though.
Geese.
That's
A geese, yeah.
I believe I thought it was a deviant art of hedgehogs, but apparently that's
Oh no.
They should change it.
I don't know if they should.
They should change it and let me do it. Let me pick group nouns.
There are so many good group nouns.
Is it like a burrow? I don't know.
No, but that one kind of make. I actually don't know if hedgehogs.
That's a good guess.
I don't know what they do.
All I know is they get stuck in paper towel tubes.
Aw, that's kind of sad too.
I will say that this it doesn't really align with anything that they do. It's kind of just a name.
Oh.
It's a computer science reference.
I think that's going to make things harder for me.
A little bit.
A lot of brain.
You have all that knowledge? I don't know.
Yeah, but now
So I'm
now
like,
I'm parsing through it all.
It's not a very obscure computer science reference.
Yeah, it
for
is
the record.
pretty.
It's not like, oh yeah.
Is it like
you
a
know,
chunk?
It's not a chunk.
No, it is a pretty basic concept in computer science. Yeah. I mean, if I was writing code and I wanted to make a group of
PDL tree
hedgehogs,
of hedgehogs.
SQL database. If I wanted to write code for a group of hedgehogs, what would I use?
Like a group of hedgehogs.
It's basic, so I'm hoping that maybe I might know, but I can't really think of anything.
Group like a list? I'm not gonna call it a list.
What if I was a web developer and wanted to do that? I don't know if that helps if you know anything about that.
No, I don't.
What's another term for a coding list?
Array?
There you go.
There you go.
Array?
Wow.
10 seconds for Don.
An array
That's
of hedgehogs.
crazy.
According to our notes, a group of echidnas are called a linked list.
Good one.
Yeah, that's
Array.
Group
That should
nouns
have
just
popped in
make
my
no
head so
sense.
earlier.
could it
I
have
love,
though?
I love group nouns.
Well,
No,
okay,
I think it's
doesn't
funnier
make
that it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
My
make
favorite
sense, but
What's
I should
everyone's
have thought
favorite
of
group
it.
noun?
I like a consortium of octopi.
That's pretty good. I
That's
like an
a-
exaltation of lark.
Oh
I feel like you're making these up.
no, a consortium of
somebody else
octopi
did.
is real. Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be us though.
I think I've already named my favorite, which is a gaggle. Gaggle of
That was
geese.
pretty good.
I don't know many of them, to be completely honest. Like the group names for animals.
This is
Like the
the
Burger is always a classic.
second group noun question we've had on this show.
We should just do an entire episode of Name the Group. Nouns.
What was the first one?
Shiver of
Curiosity.
Sharks on the Splatoon episode.
Oh,
Oh,
no way.
That's why Shiver is named Shiver.
Yeah.
wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, interesting.
That makes sense, though.
And a group of eels is called a fry, which is why Fry is named Fry.
Oh.
Okay.
right.
Apparently, an alternative for a group of bees is called a bike of bees.
A bike.
What?
Like a bicycle, like a bike.
A
Okay.
Yeah.
bicycle.
But like,
Apparently. Why?
Who came up with these?
I don't know.
somebody with too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
And who let them have this power?
But you know what? We also have really funny names for speedrunning tricks, like hitting the gritty
Yeah.
in Sonic Frontiers.
See, we didn't fully come up with that one. That's a dance move.
True, but it's not really that well associated with it.
Yeah. So you might wonder why I went to the main menu there.
Oh yeah,
we're going to try to do a skip here.
might have messed up.
I don't have my input display, so I actually might mess this up.
Ooh, okay, I got it.
Whoa. I think I messed up my autosave. That's unfortunate.
Oh no.
We might be playing pinball.
Oh no.
We'll
That is
try
actually
again.
worst case scenario.
We'll try it again. But it's okay. I'm a hundo runner. I know how to play pinball.
You know, people were telling me last night, Don, that we should gentleman's pinball, and I was like, no, because Don actually knows how to play pinball. All I know how to do is skip it.
I gotta say, I don't think the pinball in this was as good as the pinball in DX. Or is it two? One of the two. Whichever one had pinball.
DX. Yeah, I think
Yeah, the
my
pinball is
autosave's
pretty
messed
brutal.
up. I don't. Can I save this? I don't know if I can.
If your autosave is messed up, you might just have to play pinball.
All right, we're doing it live. Let's go.
So you could, well, I guess you can take that time to explain how pinball skip works and how it messed you up there.
Yeah. So pinball skip works because the autosave function is very odd in this game, and basically what we did there is we destroyed that box to get an autosave there, and then we load into pinball. And when we load into pinball, we quit out. The game sort of it plays this sequence that's supposed to unlock the door and put you into the game. But during that time, if we hold an input right as we load in, it actually spawns us back at that box and we can move during it. So we position over to the boss arena where we'll take an intentional death as the game loads into pinball. And then everything breaks. And we're actually just able to skip it. And the funny part is in Hundo you can't do it because it actually doesn't count pinball as complete. It just pushes you to the next part for whatever reason. And yeah, it's unfortunate because you have to complete pinball to get one of the requirements for Hundo.
Yeah,
So
there's
you
a
can't use the
conversation
skip.
that you can't skip for Hundo that
Yeah.
only unlocks if you've completed pinball. So
The
And,
pinball conversation.
I really hope that we don't have a demonstration of this, but
oh no.
those outside lanes there, you can pretty much just RNG get knocked into them, and then yep, there it is, right there.
Just like real
Good
pinball.
demonstration.
Are you playing with risky strats?
I was playing
Or
with
no?
one life, so at least I
Okay.
have some points. But the thing is your score multiplier resets when the ball goes down. So now we're just gonna have to build up our points again, unfortunately. And this is the annoying part because pinball can be 2 minutes, it can be 5 or more.
Yeah. And okay, so also another reason why Don intentionally lost the first life and only had, well, he's playing with no lives, I think now. But the less lives you have, the quicker the red rings spawn, which is the best way, I think actually the only way really,
Basically.
to increase your score multiplier quickly. So you have to hit those red rings. And if you have a bunch more, they spawn, I think like what, every 15 seconds or something like
Yeah,
that?
if you have no lives, it's like every 5 seconds one
Yeah.
will respawn. It's absurd. And then yeah, with full lives, I think 15.
But again, there's that whole RNG concept of you could just end up guttering, and then you have to start all over if you play with no lives. So it's
Yeah.
very risky.
Also, I'm getting really unlucky red rings here, so I have to do very risky strats. Nice.
Oh.
I'm hitting them though.
That was spicy.
Spooky.
You know what isn't spicy?
What?
This next question.
Oh no.
Bruce.
Everyone knows Sonic's favorite food is chili dogs, but what about Knuckles?
Pizza.
It's not pizza.
I don't know why this is marked as easy. I didn't write this
Burger.
I don't know what y'all know.
Nachos.
Like, I don't know if this is like
No.
like established in Sonic lore more than it is. Apparently
French
not.
fries.
He likes
I
no.
will say it's not a junk food.
Oh.
one. Knuckles is healthy.
Oh, he loves oranges.
Close.
You're on the right track.
For
Apples.
apple.
Nope.
Nope.
Banana.
Nope.
What? Okay,
Lemon.
Thanks so many times.
It's not lemon.
Not
Mango.
lemon. Not
Nope.
mango.
Is it
Smaller.
Blueberries.
grapes?
Grapes is right.
If I'm correct. As soon as you said smaller, I was like, it's gotta be.
10 seconds for Don.
Oh yeah, also I'll show off the sage. This one. That's the one that spawns in Hundo. So we can't do pinball skip. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Do you know about Tails' favorite food?
Fries.
No. It is like super obscure, I guess.
Obscure? Is it like takoyaki?
No, it's mint candy.
What?
Oh.
I think I may have heard that before.
Yeah.
I think are these like from like
So
the actual like
the Knuckles one is from the Sonic 3 manual. And then apparently
Oh.
Tails and
Cool.
Mints is from Tails of Sky Patrol.
okay.
So
All these little tad bits of lore scattered everywhere.
now
I
you
love
know.
it. We need more of these in modern Sonic games. That's kind of cool.
So I've been in Rhea. I have not gotten a chance to explain it, but this whole island is just climb the towers and that's it. I mean, it is very, very short. You get a bunch of lore at the top of the towers. We skip the cutscenes because, speedrunners. But we do a bunch of slingshots and Hedgehog Space Program launches to just climb them because climbing these towers is actually pretty slow and kind of scary in some parts. But luckily, we don't have to do that anymore. I remember making it to this part of the run and being terrified. But now I'm terrified for different reasons because there's frame perfect tricks to hit. And
Hooray!
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the hardest parts of the game. It's like 3 to 4 minutes of just intense, a whole bunch of frame perfect inputs and really difficult stuff to avoid more frame perfect inputs. Honestly, glad that didn't give you more of a lead. I thought that was going to be over.
Yeah. You made it out quickly. I was worried
Yeah.
if you were going to like game over or something, then that would be.
I had to do 3 of those really tough shots for, I forget what it's called. Is it gutter? I think it is the gutter where you have to do a really annoying shot.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but there's like, it's like on the same like lane as the flippers are at.
So I made a video about pinball skip, and I was using the incorrect terminology, and someone got really upset in my comments and wrote a whole long paragraph about what was correct, and I gotta refer to that.
I wish you'd prepared it for the class so we could dramatically read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been doing research. Someone in chat asked what Shadow's favorite food is. So there's a couple answers. So recently in the Shadow Twitter takeover, he said that he eats coffee beans straight. However, in a preview to the Shadow the Hedgehog game on oneup.com, he said his favorite foods are pizza, Doritos, Snickers, anything mobile, also a big fan of Hot Pockets. So Shadow canonically likes Hot Pockets.
Coffee beans are mobile as well.
And also
so it fits in.
And also straight up coffee beans.
The Twitter takeover is also where Shadow, where Shadow came out as allegedly bi.
Good for him.
Oh,
Yo.
Yeah.
we love that.
I considered asking a question about that, but I couldn't figure out how to word it.
That's fair. Well, I thought that the first food question was potentially from the Twitter takeover, which is why I was like, I wonder if this is like official lore or like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people consider the takeovers kind of official lore too, but I don't know.
I'd assume anything that comes out of
I would
the
assume it's
Sonic the
official.
Hedgehog Twitter is canon.
Yeah,
regardless
it's
of
gotta
how
be.
ironic it is.
Let's go for the tough slingshot here. This one's really cool. Pretty recent
I had a really rough
thing.
Rhea, so you might actually kind of catch up. I was having trouble with the slingshots.
Camera's not playing nice here, though. Yeah, that one's tough. You have to land on that that rooftop and then still get the inputs off. I took my time. It saves so much time. It's just worth going for, though. All right.
Oh.
Cool.
So we are on. Well, I'm on Aranos, and this island, we don't play a lot of cyberspace like we did in Chaos. We only actually play 2, and that's because, well, throughout the run, we've been collecting a small amount of purple coins. We get a lot more on Aranos because they're just everywhere on Aranos. But we're gonna go pay our friend Big a visit. Which will be exciting. We're going to get a lot of fishing going on.
Hi, Sonic.
They made fishing really, really good on the final island.
I feel like it's pretty good casually the entire time.
Yeah, it scales crazy on the last one as well. Like, it's already good, and then you get to the last island, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you get a lot more, like... you get a lot more reward for catching a fish, so it's a lot easier to buy resources and stuff. And it's so good that we definitely have to use it in the speedrun because it just saves so much time. But we still have to collect a decent amount of memory tokens on this island because the requirement's 190 to finish.
190's a lot.
So we go all these memory token spots that we were kind of getting in Chaos Island. There's 8 at each one, guaranteed, and they're static positions. So we do just have to kind of like do a route where we visit all of them and slingshot around. But the movement in Aranos is really, really cool.
It is, yeah. It was what I envisioned when I was casually playing Frontiers is what the speedrun was going to look like. Just parkouring around and grabbing random memory tokens and resources. But the route for it's really cool because, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, you know, casually, they kind of expect you to play a lot of cyberspace. You need 33 keys, and that's basically like 5 cyberspace stages if you do full completion, right? We only do 2 in the route, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, luckily for us, if you do all of the like missions on a cyberspace stage, you get 7 keys, which is a lot of keys.
Yeah, we just buy most of them, and so now we only do 2 cyberspace stages, and then we collect some out in the world as well.
I will say the bummer about doing fewer cyberspace stages is that all the cyberspace music goes extremely hard.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But you know
One of the
what's even
downsides
harder?
is... Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm scared.
Which artists feature on Speed Me Up, the credit themes in Sonic the Hedgehog 2020? That's supposed to say, not Sonic the Hedgehog 2000.
Wait, 2020?
Yeah, the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh.
Wait, say, what was the first part again?
Which artists feature on Speed Me Up, the credits theme in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
I can't wait to mispronounce names. Jun Senoi. Forget. Otani?
No.
Is it?
I don't think so.
I wonder if it's
I think
actually any like game.
I don't think it's the actual
Lame.
like Sonic composers.
No. It is 4 rappers.
Oh.
Wow. Kid Cudi?
Nope.
Nope.
I thought I heard something about him in Eminem. That would
Eminem.
be so crazy. Oh, that was really unlucky. Oh, rappers? How popular are these rappers?
Barely.
They were pretty big. They were pretty big. Yeah, like they were big names.
Drake.
2020. Not
No shot. No shot.
I just got really unlucky and fell down that whole mountainside because, yeah, that was unfortunate.
Oh man.
ASAP Rocky.
Nope.
Logic.
Oh no.
The Logic Sonic the Hedgehog credits theme would be an experience.
Wait, wasn't Kid Cudi, or I don't know, maybe the other names.
At least not in the credits one.
Okay, I thought I heard something about him being in the movie.
Chance the Rapper.
I can't
Not
think
Chance.
of rappers that would make sense.
I know.
Macklemore.
Good news. They don't need to.
Yeah. Who
okay.
says they had to make sense?
A bit late for Macklemore.
Yeah, you had about 6 months for
knows?
Macklemore.
Dude, I don't know.
This is really funny.
4 rappers, and I can't even name one of them.
I know it's really hard. A childish game.
No.
No. Wow, I'm stumped.
I am too. I'm gonna be really mad when I hear them. I just don't remember the song.
Tyler, the creator.
No.
Nope.
God, that would be really cool though.
It would be cool, yeah. All of Brockhampton.
4 members of Brockhampton, yeah.
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 We're having a really unfortunate Aranos Island over here. I hope it's going better for you, Em.
All right.
I'm chilling at fishing right now. I don't know where you're at.
Chad is begging that we show mercy on you all.
Okay.
The answers are Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dollar Sign, Lil
Oh my
Yachty,
gosh.
Biko the Child.
Okay, so
Wow. I almost said
Wow.
Lil Yachty, but I was like, no.
wow,
That's the only one that I thought of.
incredible.
I would have not guessed Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. Man, okay, yeah, that's insane. The more you know.
Yeah.
They're sure artists.
Why?
It's crazy that they got all those for the Sonic movie.
The question is why.
Why not?
I mean, it sounds
Why
hype though.
not?
I gotta go back to see that.
Yeah.
I think
Or
it was
just-
the
I guess you gotta listen to the
trailer
song.
too. I think it was at least. Well, it wasn't the trailer song because that was Gangster's Paradise for some reason. But
Yeah.
the second trailer, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everything about that movie is just so odd, especially because that we're talking about the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we almost got that version of Sonic. Would have been incredible.
My hot take is that they were cowards and they should have kept Sonic's human teeth.
No, no. It was I don't even know the word for it. It was just, it was nightmare fuel.
It was
Oh,
a
it wasn't
design.
good, but
They should have committed.
It would have
Should've
been
kept it.
very funny. And you know what? Maybe that's all that matters.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have had Sonic in the Chip and Dale movie, so I don't know. I think that was the real win out of everything.
What if the whole thing was just a PR stunt?
I will warn you, I'm about to buy a
Yeah.
bunch of things. It's going to be really loud. The sound is not good. So,
Yeah.
warning.
Stacking sound effects in Sonic games could never happen.
So, sorry to break the illusion of fishing for most people, but the reason why we're able to do fishing so consistently is because it is not random.
Oh no.
Every fish is scripted, and it has a specific order until you catch them all,
that's
Yep.
which is very sad,
Weird.
but it is also
odd.
weird.
Like, why? I just don't get
unfortunate.
But it is
why.
extremely convenient for us.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. Would be so sad.
Why make you even fish then? Why not just make it so it's just like got the
Find them.
tokens.
Yeah.
Here's your box.
So one thing I actually learned is the only thing that does change afterwards is that I think it might even replay in the same order, but instead of just getting the golden tickets or whatever, you get sometimes you'll get power seeds and stuff out of those chests once you've gotten everyone,
Oh, really?
Okay, here's
I don't think I've ever fished that much to know that.
and they look
Pretty cool.
massive too. They're huge.
if the
I don't know
fish
why.
involves you repeating a task to get rewards in a set order, does that make it a battle pass?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Next question.
Yes, I'm gonna say
for it.
yes because I really think I like the battle pass, you know, and I like to think that they put the battle pass in Sonic.
They saw Fortnite and they're like, yeah, we got to do that.
I'm gonna ask chat. Is Sonic Frontiers fishing a battle pass?
The only answer is
Yes.
yes.
Yes, or also yes.
Yeah.
Yes, or the second yes.
Yes, or definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another funny thing about this game is we had one hacking minigame on Chaos Island, and then they were like, wait, we haven't used that a lot. Let's throw a bunch at the end. And so there's 2 mandatory ones, and then one that's at the very end if you get true ending, which I'm sure people who have seen the true ending know about and might be upset about, but it's there. They had to prepare you. So, yeah.
I honestly don't even necessarily mind the boss. I just wish there was more to it than just that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen people talk about swapping back and forth from that to Supersonic. I think that could have been cool.
Honestly, if I couldn't hit the final boss a lot as Supersonic, but I was still flying around like an arena as Supersonic while they were doing the monologue, I think that would have been fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it is weird. How does Sonic punch a planet? how do they make
Very
that fun and
carefully.
interesting?
The Chaos Emeralds can do a lot.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know what
In
else
fact, I
is
feel like the
fun
Chaos
and
Emeralds can
interesting?
do whatever they need to for the plot.
True.
What was that? Swoos?
You know what else is fun and interesting?
Is it trivia?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so good at this.
It's also battle
go.
passes, but
That's true.
The battle pass.
what are the names of the different plant zones that appear in Sonic games?
Music plant zone.
No.
I think that's one of them.
Does it include,
I thought that was Sonic.
plant, or
You were
are
so
they
confident.
plant-based?
I know, because that
the
one I thought was a Sonic
So,
Advance one.
Something plant zone.
Blank plant zone.
Chemical
Yeah.
plant.
That is one.
That's one of them.
There are 2 more.
Oh.
And they are obscure.
Yeah.
As in, not in a main
zone.
title or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
One
okay,
is
well,
one
I'm
is
not good at that.
exceedingly obscure.
There was the one that was obvious.
Yep.
Past that, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Quick interruption. 20 people voted that Sonic Frontiers Fishing is a battle pass.
Okay.
4 people said it is not, and 16 people said Fortnite smiley face.
I love that on the poll too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one is from Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble for the Game Gear. If that helps at all. It doesn't, but if it does.
No.
The
not
third one
played.
is even more obscure by magnitudes.
Wow.
Yeah. It is from an educational game on the Leapfrog Didge. For those who played with that as a kid.
Green plant.
Nope.
Math plant.
Learning plant.
So think about none of the plants have anything to do with
Plants.
like plants. They all like horticulture. They all have to do with industry.
Power plant zone.
Also, apparently, music plant is a thing in Sonic Advance 2.
Wait, isn't wait,
I was
I'm looking,
saying,
hang
yeah. Okay.
wait, power plant, isn't that real?
It is just called Music Plant. It is not called
Okay,
Music
it's not
Plant
Music
Zone.
Plant Zone.
It is
Okay.
a zone, but it is not called Music Plant Zone.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Power
okay.
Plant is not one though.
Okay, see, I'm not crazy. I didn't know though, because I will say that I have not played the advanced games, but I remember the song for that stage.
Oh, are you talking about the one where you're hitting all the musical notes and stuff?
I don't know. I haven't played it. I just know the song.
Yeah,
okay.
Power Plant isn't Heroes, but again, it's not Power Plant Zone. So.
I see, yeah. That makes sense. One of the acts.
All right, so we said
Yeah.
there were fewer questions about power generation. We lied. Think about kinds of
I don't even know
power
how we
plants.
can. I guess
This is rough. Okay,
these are hard.
I'm trying my
Electric
best.
plant.
It's a type of that.
Motor plant.
Energy plant.
You say
I have
water?
no clue.
Water's
I
close.
said motor, I think.
Water's
let's
close.
pretend you said water. Water is close.
Okay. Hydro plant zone.
That would
That sounds kind of hype.
be better for the clues I gave, but it is not. it.
How about
Think other ways that water moves.
Wave plant.
wave plant
Close.
zone? Tide plant zone.
Well, yep, tidal plant.
Yeah,
Current.
take it.
Current.
We'll
It
take
is-
that.
It is tidal,
Okay.
but tide works.
Oh,
And the one for the leapfrog Didge, I don't know what we are even going to do for this one. Did we just move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be
10
better.
seconds for both of you. The last one is Scrap Plant Zone,
Oh.
Okay.
which makes sense.
I need to
yeah.
go investigate the leapfrog Didge now.
I'm sure there's a banger game on there.
I'm sure. It debuted in
Speedrun Didge
2008.
Games.
It's like a handheld game console from 2008.
You should get a Didge and Speedrun Didge Games.
And it's got games such as
Yeah.
High School Musical and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Pretty base
I mean,
platform.
what more could you want?
So
Wait, is it a Sonic 06 Sonic the Hedgehog?
the wiki page just links to the franchise, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, well,
I assume it's probably like a Game Gear game-ish.
Was 2008 Unleashed?
Probably.
Or was that later?
Oh no, I got
Yeah,
the
it was Unleashed.
So maybe it was an Unleashed tie-in. Because
No,
isn't there an
there's-
Unleashed mobile game?
Is there? Maybe
yeah,
then.
I think so.
There is, I think.
It's
Wait, I
pretty
don't know if that's real or
terrible.
not. I think it is real. I think Josh told me it is real.
early mobile games remain so funny.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough game from what I saw.
Yeah.
It looks surprisingly good for what it was, but it
Yeah.
is a mobile game from that era.
Right.
So
Speaking of games, by Sega mandate, what is the only situation in which I'm starting over. By Sega mandate, what is the only situation in which classic and modern Sonic can appear alongside each other?
wait, hold on.
Like what
My brain broke
so
for
like
a second. What did you
what
say?
is like the in-game stated reason why Sonic can exist as classic and modern together?
There's only one
Oh,
situation
Like
where
like
they'll allow it.
Yeah, like what's like the lore behind it in all times?
You know, Generations is like some time travel stuff, but Forces.
Is it because of Time Eater?
It is time travel.
No.
Don already got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
20
I
seconds for
didn't
Don.
remember. I didn't remember the Forces reason. Oh no.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I guess time travel is definitely
Yeah, that's definitely
good
it for
enough of a reason.
gens. But I was like, Forces?
Yeah.
Did they say that in
Apparently.
Forces? What is their excuse in Forces? Because
There is no excuse for Forces.
They're like, yeah, he's
Well-
just here.
he just learned time travel from Generations, so obviously he can just do it when he wants.
As
I
you
guess
do.
the acquired skill of time travel.
Yeah. Well, you don't just learn time travel like that. I don't even think they use the Chaos Emeralds for that, do they?
Silver
I don't
does it
know.
somehow, but I have not played 06.
06,
Oh, he-
06's plot is its whole own thing.
yeah.
Okay, we
I
have a
don't know if we
question
wanna
up,
go
so I'm gonna
there.
ask it. What mod for Sonic Adventure 2 was used by Sega to capture footage for Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony?
What does that have to do with 06? What?
They used a mod?
I don't know. The question was up, so
Debug mod?
No, debug wasn't a thing. Was it?
Oh.
this is like a fan-made
A fan-made mod
Yeah.
for like the PC release, I believe.
I don't know because I thought there wasn't anything at that point. And then Sora made debug, and that was pretty cool. Free cam, I don't know.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know, because I don't really know.
I feel like we would have
It's
been
funny, because
using
we
that.
both play a lot of SA2,
Yeah.
and we don't know what this is.
Shout out to the modders, though. They're kind of awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I really don't know.
Does it have like a name that's like very direct for what it is, or is it a name that's like kind of like just like a cool name?
a
It's
little
pretty
bit of
direct,
both.
I think.
It's
I don't
mostly
100%
direct.
know what it
yeah.
does, so
It's mostly direct. Yeah.
it involves the
Portable
camera.
cam.
It is something camera.
Theatrical camera.
Nope.
Related to SA2. The first word.
Light dash cam.
Nope.
Super camera.
It's related to this
Free-
episode's
free
theme
camera.
name,
It's related to the episode's theme.
if you remember.
I think that made it harder.
Do you remember
Related
the
to
episode?
SA2.
Do you remember the theme name of the episode?
Yeah.
Wait, the episode of
This that you're on
Yes.
right now.
fast.
That's the show name.
Chao garden camera.
Get rid of a word.
Chao camera.
There you go.
Let's
20 seconds
go.
for Don.
Okay.
Because it was over the Chao garden wall, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Exant, the creator, got a shout out in the credits.
Let's go.
That's dope. I have just landed the final hit on Supreme. Where are you at, Don?
I missed a dig somewhere. This is a rough run.
Oh no. Did you get the one by Yellow Emerald? That's the one I
yeah.
normally missed.
I think so. Oh, actually, yeah, I might have missed that.
It's like
We may
on the
just
other side of the
loop it.
bridge.
I'm already all the way at 4.8 though, so it's like I don't know if that's worth.
Oh, you could side loop it, yeah.
Unfortunate.
I'm basically in the. I'm basically done for the game. For us, time is after the last QTE. There's 3 that happen right at the end, but we have to watch a cutscene that's like 2.5 minutes
Yeah.
before that happens.
I really wish they made it skippable, or they just didn't make an input. I don't know. It's weird.
Is that it?
But it's okay. I can finish up and try to run around and figure out what I missed.
Well, while you're doing that,
Was chase it out of its shell. It's
Trivia?
retreating into space to
what
regain
function
its true
does Shadow
form.
the Hedgehog's
Even
rings on his
supersonic won't be
wrist
able
and
to
ankles
stop it.
serve? Thank you again to Amber for sending in this question.
Inhibitors.
That is right.
Leave you.
Oh yeah,
30 seconds for Don.
Let's go.
this is bad. You might catch up. You've been getting a lot of trivia.
What is that from? Is that SA2 that he says it?
I
think it's from 06.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's from 06.
I'll see if I can find the actual reference.
I just thought it was
'Cause I'm
cool because he's
pretty
just like
sure-
Rock Lee.
Gains its full strength.
yeah, it is dope.
I'm
pretty sure it's not an SE2.
where Shadow takes off the rings and it makes the giant dust cloud. That'd be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the page I got was from the Sonic X anime.
Daughter.
I guess it is part of that.
Oh, they could have said it in there too.
Yeah. I don't know about any game references though.
Sonic X is a thing that I definitely watched a lot of as a kid and remember literally nothing about.
Fair.
Well, if you go back and watch like a little bit of it, I tried to watch. Like, apparently it gets better, but the first episodes are extremely forgettable. They are like very typical cartoon situations
Yeah.
that the cast puts themselves in, but it's just like it always ends well. Like, it's definitely a kid's show, but there's a little bit to be enjoyed there. I see why people like it.
Good
sense.
shot on the dig by Yellow Emerald, by the way. That was correct.
Oh, let's go. That's the one, like, if you miss it, that's the one I feel like you're most likely to forget, because it's the one that's like kind of, I don't know, like if you you could slingshot over it, you could under slingshot it, and then just be like, oh no, I'm losing time.
I'm
like,
mad
blah, blah,
because
blah,
I
blah.
ran right next to it. I don't know what happened in my brain there, but we figured it out. All right. So we're finishing up now. I'm sure, Em, you're probably coming up on the QTE soon, yeah?
Yeah, he's about to throw me. Yeet.
Yeah, I don't know if I've... I doubt I've saved up that much time.
And time.
GG.
GG.
Speaking of
Wow.
QTEs,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that really frustrated me the first time I played the game is that you don't see that type of QTE. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you don't see that type of QTE anywhere else in the entire game.
Nope.
They're all like circle ones, and then that one's just a random meter. And I
if
was
you fail,
yeah,
you have to
very
watch the cutscene
frustrated.
again.
You get a shortened version of the
Okay.
cutscene, but yes.
Yeah.
It starts like, you don't have to watch the one where they like talk before they go to space, but I think you have to watch the cutscene from the beginning of when they go to space.
The question that always gets brought up is, in true ending, do you have to refight the whole boss? And people always
Oh.
ask me when I'm on PB pace, and I'm like, no, I'm not trying right now. It's almost a 5-hour run. I'm not gonna throw it right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, trivia is kind of like a QTE if you don't think about it.
I do have a question that is QTE related, but then I got distracted because Emerald was too busy finishing the run.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
In Shenmue 1, what Sonic game receives its own gachapon line?
Sonic
Okay.
1.
No.
No, I think it's got to be
Spinball.
from Sonic Adventure.
Nope.
Oh gosh, when did Shenmue? You said Shenmue 2.
Shenmue 1.
Shenmue 1.
Sonic 3D Blast.
Sonic.
It's not Sonic 3D Blast.
Wait, what'd you say?
It is not Sonic 3D Blast. I
Okay.
forgot to reply.
Oh, okay.
It's recent then.
Well, no, Shenmue's old.
Shenmue's 1999.
Yeah, I'm thinking like one is recent in that time. So I've played Shenmue. I've never beaten it.
Banger game. Do not speedrun
Yeah.
it. I do not recommend it. It's a funny speedrun,
Yeah.
but it's long.
I've never played Shenmue, but I know it has a diehard audience. So
I just remember being amazed seeing a game with 3 discs in the early 2000s. I was like, no
it has
way.
3 discs.
Yeah.
That
I
movie
wonder-
takes up so much freaking space on my shelf because I own it in English and Japanese for some reason, and each one of those has like 3 discs and the Shenmue passport. And it's like, God, why?
That's cool for the collection. I'm trying to think.
Triple Trouble.
Because it's hard to think of.
Not triple. It's also not the Dig game.
I'm trying to think of like it's harder to think of like the older Sonic games where like Sonic I feel like has lines, right? Because it's like I feel like he didn't talk much in like the early games, right?
It is a side game. Also,
Yeah.
Oh.
Side game.
Spinball.
it's not
Spinball.
Spinball.
Yeah, Spinball was the first one that came to my mind. I don't know what else.
What
Sonic Dad. No, what is it called?
what Sonic game would have a lot of characters that would warrant a gachapon line for them?
Knuckles Chaotix?
What genre requires you to have a bunch of characters?
Sonic the Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Hey.
sense. There
20
it is.
seconds for Emerald.
Let's go. Redemption.
There are other Sonic gotchas in that game as well, but there's like a specific machine of the Sonic the Fighters lines. You can collect all
that's
your
cool.
SPOs.
That's cool.
Yeah, I feel like with the last one, it was either that or like racing.
Oh, Sonic
Yeah,
R.
like Sonic
Yeah.
R.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was gonna be my
But
next guess, but I was
One
like,
of the two pretty much had to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
gosh, I totally forgot about fighters. That makes so much sense as well.
Sonic
Alright.
the Fighters is one of my favorite
All
game
it did was
titles
take it out
ever.
of its shell. It took
Sonic
its
the Fighters.
The Fighters.
form.
they wanted to make sure you knew what it was for marketing, though.
Yeah. No, I love it. It's so funny.
I must leave you.
All right, I'm now just to wait for the QTE. Let's go.
Let's
We
go.
want to
that
hit
means-
another trivia.
Throw a couple more in there.
Sure
in
do.
What
Yeah.
year did the number of tractors on farms overtake the number of horses and mules on farms?
1989.
No.
Too late.
Hurry, before it regains
1960.
its strength.
Pretty
Closer.
close.
1941.
Less
No.
close.
1955.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
54.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But one off is.
That's actually kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I guess not. I don't know. I really feel like they wouldn't have tractors that quickly, but maybe no. I guess it's
well,
probably
I mean,
just
that
like
many, yeah. But I mean, they
yeah, that many.
they were making motorized vehicles in the 50s.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't think that they would have like more than
Right,
horses
right.
at that point.
20 seconds for Don. Let's just keep the lightning round going.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, okay. Or do that to find a question that I want to ask. Who's you pick one?
Yeah, I'm looking. I just hit random 3 times in a row and it landed on the same one 3 times.
Our random is messed up.
Okay. In 2018, because that's when I found the data for this, what fruit was the most harvested globally?
Banana.
It is not banana. Banana's second.
Apple.
No.
No. It's
Orange.
darn. No. It's just not. Limes.
Nope.
It's not limes.
Lemons.
No.
I like citrus.
Strawberry.
Nope.
All right, QTE is coming up, by the way.
Strawberry
Tomatoes.
is kind of
What do you
what they
say, Don?
Tomatoes.
The cute.
Tomatoes.
That's right.
Tomato was right.
20
Let's
seconds for
go.
Emerald.
Nice. And
Let's go.
Oh, I missed it. Time.
Okay. GG.
Let's go.
All right, GG, y'all.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
While our producer totals your final times, y'all have any shout outs you'd like to give?
Go ahead, Em.
Well, first off, shout outs to the Sonic Frontiers community because they're all very, very cool. This game is really cool to speedrun. I definitely recommend it. It has a little bit of everything, big skips, lots of movement. So definitely check out the Frontiers Discord on SRC for Sonic Frontiers. And also, I speedrun a lot of Sonic games if you want to check out my channel as well. Emerald with no A and 2Ds on YouTube too. Oh, I also have this one video that actually goes over very briefly all the tech in the game. So if you're really just trying to get like a very digestible video that has all the tricks, that the big tricks that we use in the run, you can check that out. It's Speed Strats That Sega Doesn't Want You to Know About is the title.
You got the comment from the official Sonic account as well. It's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Yes. Yeah, that was
Very important.
that was the super sick.
All right, so shout outs to the Frontiers community. Honestly, me and Alpha, who's coming up in the next run, started the Discord forever ago with Scoob, and it's been insane to see it grow. It is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Sonic speedrunning Discord now, which is crazy to see, going from 3 people to that. It's been incredible. Shout out to Master Roxas also, who came up with some of the original routes and just came out with the full tutorial for any percent. That it's a little bit long, but if you get through it, you'll know everything you need to know about the route, featuring top runners like Alpha as well. Also, shout out to Alpha, who me and M are going to be on commentary. He's going to be running Frontiers Any Percent as the opening run for SGDQ this year. It's going to be awesome. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be a great time. And then, as for myself, Don SR on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And also to shout out a video. If you like these trivia sorts of things, I just came out with a video that's called 10 Minutes of Useless Information About Sonic Frontiers. There's a lot of fun little tidbits of information in there. Thanks so much for having us. This is really fun.
Thanks for being
Yeah,
on.
This was so much fun. I loved doing this with the trivia. It was amazing.
Glad y'all had a good time. We had a good time having you, and we also have your final times.
Okay.
At 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 44 seconds, second place is Dawn. And at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 38 seconds, congratulations to Emerald.
Let's go. GG done.
I don't know if our converted time is a PB for you, but if it is, try to convince your leaderboard mods to change the rules to include our timing rules.
Yeah.
That would be really funny, Phil.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We,
It's on your head, mod. We can figure it out.
Yeah, there you go.
We can convince everybody.
We are not done. We do have another race coming up right after this. There'll be more trivia. There'll be more Sonic. And there'll be a few announcements before we do that.
Yeah. SGDQ 2023 is coming up May 28th to June 4th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you're interested in attending the event, registration is now open until May 7th. Go to gamesonquick.com for more info. This weekend, May 6th and the 7th, we are having a Sonic in the Parallel Worlds, a weekend-long event featuring Sonic fan games, mods, and more starting at noon each day. Use !Sonic in Twitch chat to learn more, if you just can't get enough Sonic.
It's all Sonic all the time here on the Hotfix. And if you want even more Sonic, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Corva May.
And I'm Swoos, also your host.
We're back with yet another race. Our contestants for our second showdown, Alpha Delphin and Labrys. They're here to do every single story in Sonic Adventure DX and answer every single trivia question we prepare that we haven't asked yet, which is a few. So they got their work cut out for them. In case you forgot how the game works, it is not simply enough to beat the game the fastest. Our runners are answering our trivia questions as they play, and the more questions they get right, the more seconds we take off their time. And for all of you watching at home, feel free to play along and chat. How are both of you feeling going into our second race of the day?
Well, hello guys. My name is the Alpha Dolphin. I am here today with my other co-speedrunner to be racing today, Labris.
Hello.
And very glad to be here, honestly. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I am very scared for the questions coming up, as I don't think of myself as like a connoisseur of Sonic the Hedgehog in particular, but hopefully I can back it up by playing fast. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's generally been our dynamic. It's like I try and just take the trivia out while he just goes really fast. So we'll see what ends up happening. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we gave all the hard ones to Don and M, so
Of course.
Sheesh.
just kidding. We still have a bunch of them.
Oh,
Are y'all ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Then if I can get my silver face cam taken off the screen so we can get going, it's time to think fast. In 3, 2...
Hold on.
All right, so we're not ready.
Not exactly yet. Hold on. Like just 10 seconds, so I can get on the menu.
Oh yeah, that is important.
Okay, yeah, we ready.
Now we're ready.
All right.
Right.
For the first time, it's time to think fast. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, love.
You look Alpha.
So yeah, if you don't know the story of Sonic Adventure 1, now is your chance to learn all of it. Everyone watching at home.
So first boss we have up is Chaos Zero. He takes 3 bonks on the head to absolutely eliminate. Pretty straightforward. We stand on the puddle, get damage, so that he rises up from the ground a bit faster after the second hit. If you get... Usually you get a 16, 17 you're a little slow, 15 you're hacking, 14 you're refried.
True.
Now we're coming up on the first action stage, Emerald Coast. This is actually a tremendously difficult level. Why'd they put it at the beginning?
One of the hardest in the entire game, actually. Yeah.
I mean, it's
the fastest
better to
way
have the beginning for the run, right? For reset purposes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yep.
And
The
then of course
fastest
we
way
have
to move in the game is to chain spin dashes. So pretty much you can kind of think of Sonic as a car, and charging the spin dash will pretty much in all of the games of Sonic known, you get a lot of speed by charging a spin dash, right? And you want to not really lose a lot of speed, but you lose speed very fast unless you chain them, or you kind of like reset the momentum of the spin dash. So all you want to do is extend the speed by spamming the spin dash as much as possible, but in a very practical way. If you just spam the spin dash button, it will not go as fast. You need to do it in a very, very precise way. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, we'll distract everyone with a question. Don't worry.
Go.
According to Sonic the Fighters, what is Amy Rose's nickname?
The Rascal.
That's right.
Wow. Oh my god.
20 seconds for Labris. That was like immediate.
Yeah. No hesitation whatsoever, Libras just...
Because we had a fighters question earlier. You thought about it.
A little bit.
It was to prime you. Be ready for our
Little bit.
future fighters content.
Of course.
Before I was a speedrunner, I used to play a lot of fighting games, and Sonic Fighters happened to be one of them. Not competitively, but it entered my collective consciousness for long before I started speedrunning. I guess that's resurfaced a little bit.
That's part of why it's very hard for us to assign difficulties to questions, because we'll put questions down and we'll be like, yeah, they probably know this. And then like we'll have guests that be like, oh yeah, no, I don't know anything about the series for the game I run. And then sometimes we'll be like, all right, there's no way nobody knows this. And then both our guests are like, oh yeah, no, it's that.
Yeah, you never know.
And like, I don't know, half the time I don't know like what the game teaches you. So it's like, oh, this is a kind of obscure lore thing, but maybe the game just has it plastered everywhere. Hard to tell.
That's what makes it a little spicy for us.
Yeah. And I mean, they get balanced out by the things we think are easy, but that you don't know. So it's okay.
So coming up in the story progression, I'm entering Windy Valley. This is our second stage that we skip most of. We just kind of pretend that wall doesn't exist, a common theme throughout the game. And enter this tornado by taking what we'll see later as Gamma's intended path, but we didn't even use that as Gamma.
True.
This is already bringing back so many memories. Like the carrying the Chaos Emerald thing, I was like, oh, I did do that. That's right.
And so when we exit this tornado, we're going to use the concept of what's called skewed gravity, which basically rotates Sonic when he's on slopes to angle gravity because we're going so fast while we're in the air by spin dashing off a slope. And then we're going to turn around a couple kill planes and just land ourselves right at the Chaos Emerald.
It was like low-key stressful. Just watching
It kinda
Sonic
is.
plummet forever at 0
Yeah, 'cause
rings. If he had 1 ring, I wouldn't be worried, but
Yeah, nice.
As the game slowly renders and
Oh yeah.
Yep.
yeah, not bad.
Hey, you got it. Big.
it's okay. Sonic doesn't take fall damage.
Nope. Thank goodness.
It's the shoes. The
Yeah.
soap shoes keep you from taking fall damage.
Long fall boots.
Speaking of shoes, we're off to go get the light shoes, which is the first upgrade we get in the game. You are required to get this upgrade. Even though we don't actually use the light speed dash anywhere in the speedrun, it's required to progress the story, so we had to take it.
Light dash to run
Interesting.
along the paths of rings. Hold the action button and let go when you
Otherwise, the
have
game, like,
power.
how would the game be able to explain to you how light speed dash works a couple times otherwise?
True.
The train headed for the Mystic
You have to hit that hit ball unless you're like very precise. That I just hit. That it tells you to hold the action button and let go when you have enough power. And sometimes you just talk to NPCs if you hit the B button at the wrong time.
We're not doing pinball as a throwback to the Frontiers run.
Oh no! That would take at least 2 minutes if you guttered out and then got the rings through the sewers.
Oh yeah. You need to be fast too to get 2 minutes.
The train headed
However, you can be kind of slow and still get like, oops.
I'd say like on average probably like 3 minutes and a half, maybe.
So we skip it.
Oh, that was this very clutch one. So what I did on my end here is called Ice Cap Key Skip. So normally you're supposed to go grab the ice key, pretty similar as the Windy Stone for Windy Valley. But you don't necessarily need to do that because Sonic can pretty much just clip as walls or suggestion. On the side of the wall there, if you spin dash in a very precise angle, you're able to go out. And then the question is, how do we get back when the door is still not opened when you go outside of it? We know how to do it inside, but now how do we do it outside? And it's pretty similar also. You just go outside of the wall, and I'm going to do a spin dash jump that will be very similar. And yeah, that saves around 8 seconds if you do it perfectly, which was pretty convenient on how I landed it too, so pretty good.
Yeah, ice key skip is not something a lot of people go for, so good job, Alpha. Keep the flag flying. It's a very cool looking 8-second time save, but you can see you have to wait for that stone to slowly float in, and you lose all your spin dash ability while you actually have the key, so definitely makes it a lot slower if you do use it. Makes getting out a breeze though.
And normally you would have a snowboard, but there's a wall that can also make you clip out as walls once again, or a suggestion in this game. And you can just go fall completely to the end of Ice Cap. So
Yeah.
You really can't just clip out anywhere, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely anywhere.
They just put Sonic-sized holes everywhere in this game, and it's amazing.
Interesting design choice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's the best kind of Easter egg.
Speaking of that, we don't have any eggs questions. That's. I wish.
We do have an egg question.
We do?
Yes. Give me a second.
Hold on.
I'll find it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what do we do?
We do have an egg question.
Wow. Who has the world record for the most eggs eaten in 8 minutes?
Oh, I know this one. I've seen it not too long ago too.
How did you get
it's
there?
the person. I'm not sure. I think I was searching Guinness Book of Records or something, and I ended up kind of getting on that page or something.
Fair.
I'm not sure, but I've seen it. Yeah. Is it like 28 or something like that? It's definitely more than that. I have a completely blank memory right now.
Well, we're looking for the eater, not the number.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'm clueless.
Definitely probably the most famous competitive eater.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you know that scene at all, I guess.
He is the only competitive eater that I have heard of.
Yeah. He's got a food in his name.
I can't believe we had an egg question. He does have a food in his name, which that's nominative determinism, baby.
I'm gonna go with Alex Burger. Alex Burger.
Alex
It's
Burger.
not Alex Burger, but that'd be pretty good.
Probably most well known for the hot dog eating competitions. He does have the record in that and wins it like every time.
I can like picture the guy in my head. I don't know his name.
Behold my floating
And balls.
No.
No, what you're seeing on my screen is a result of bad RNG. Sometimes Chaos 4 just likes to split into 4 little blue spheres. Alexa. See, that's the running bit.
We'll do
These are
a
recurring
follow-up bonus question because we're on the Chaos Shark, okay? The answer to this was Joey Chestnut, who is like absurd at competitive eating.
Oh.
Ah.
The follow-up question, what's the group noun for sharks?
It's a shiver.
Okay, you were watching. All right. 5 seconds for Lapras. For paying attention.
All right. So follow up to the previous one. What is the record for most eggs eaten in 8 minutes? They were hard-boiled
42.
eggs, for reference. It is not 42.
73.
No. I think that's very close to the hot dog record, though.
Can you even eat 100 eggs in 8 minutes? I think you might not survive that.
Well, might be a little more than that.
Really? Oh my god. 123?
Little more.
125?
More than a little more.
141.
That is exactly correct. I'll give you 10 for that. 141 in 8 minutes. That's a lot.
That's
a couple. I can probably go through like 2 in that time, casually.
Casual strats.
Even 2, I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's test some more Sonic knowledge.
Ready?
I hit the wrong button. Hold on. Okay. What does GUN stand for?
Government of United Nations?
Nope.
One of those words is correct.
One of
It's definitely United.
That is not the right one.
Really?
United is close. Kind of.
Sonic, wait up!
This is in the 06 manual, which is like the most creative piece of literature of all time.
The most read manual in the world.
Probably true. Alpha's about to do something really cool here. He's going to pray he gets an amount of rings that isn't like... Is that 10? Oh no,
I'll
it's
try
20. Yeah, go for it.
Good work.
He's just gonna...
Oh.
Gotta track down.
Yeah.
See how I got a snap to the loop there? Almost. Essentially, what we can do there is a trick called Twinkle Park Skip, or TPSSS, commonly known in the community. It saves around 21 seconds, and you basically need to go through a kill plane on the other side of a kill plane that is very, very long. So you need to get a lot of speed to pretty much bypass it, and it's super difficult. I'll go for it again since I got a lot of rings again.
Yeah, rings boost your speed in a cart.
Not gonna work
The more
again.
rings you get, the better, but this angle is very precise.
Still thinking about the gun question. I have no answer. Guards of the Union.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
Guards is close. Union is kinda
Less
close.
Sorta.
This is one of the questions where I was like, I don't know if there's going to be. I feel like you're either going to immediately know this or have no idea.
Right.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
You don't have to wait for for the other person to guess too. You can just keep going. We're about going fast here. We're not about waiting. I do like that you have to do an ultra shortcut in order to play Sonic.
Yeah, I don't, but a lot of other runners do. So you can see like the monkeys that try and kill you sometimes, but then you have a bomb capsule, so there you go. They die instantly. The other racers on the cart, are also a menace, as they can run into you and cause you to take damage. Thankfully, the problem ones are usually ones that you skip at the very start. That black car can be a problem. But now, usually, when we transition from this car section into the castle section, you're supposed to be shoved into a roller coaster. However, Sonic keeps his properties from Act 1 to Act 2, just through any act transition. So what we do is we jump into this hole, and then we homing attack to miss the coaster. Hopefully I get it. I did not get it, but Alpha got it. And you can skip this entire coaster section through a series of well-placed spin dash jumps and make it to the end of Twinkle Park. Yeah. Thankfully, the backup isn't that slow, but you have to watch that. We didn't have to.
Do you have any other guesses for what gun means?
I've been close. Just
Y'all have been like you've like
guns under names.
Nope. That's farther than where we were before. I will say we were closer.
Hey,
What is like another name? It's definitely like something related to security or something. Like it's what
Yes.
has been
Yeah,
bugging
yeah.
my brain
So-
like so hard.
Guard was close. United was close-ish, and you all got nations right.
yeah.
Okay. Guardian.
Yep.
No.
That's one word. Guardian something of nations.
They're a group.
Yes.
Guardians of the urgency. No.
That is further away than United was, which contains the word we're looking for.
oh, what was
Yeah.
that, Sonic? I fell off the corkscrew and speed highway for no reason. I wasn't even in Buffalo.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
Amy? Oh man.
What's a good word that starts with U that's also related to like
It is in the word United.
unit? Oh, unit.
Guardian.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
10 seconds for Alpha.
Guardian Unit of Nations.
God. I'm so glad I got it.
Eventually, we got there eventually.
It was a team
Yeah.
effort amongst all of us, I think, and that's beautiful.
Together, we can achieve anything.
Yeah. We're carrying on where it's dangerous to go alone stopped in Court's honor.
Yeah, these are co-op trivia now.
Co-op trivia. That'd be a fun show.
2v2, think fast. We'll think about it. We'll workshop it.
That sounds really cool. So what I did at the very start of Red Mountain right there is called the rock slide. So pretty much what we do in Sonic Adventure DX for most jump that we don't necessarily want height, but we want a lot of distance, is called a spin dash hover. We're going to charge a spin dash, hold on to the A button before releasing the spin dash, and as soon as we're releasing the spin dash input, Sonic will start gliding. If you're off of a platform or off the ground or any types of slope, that will glide through the air for a couple of frames. And it's used for a lot of scenarios, and it can also give you a lot of vertical speed, so which is what I did at the very start to get very, very far into Red Mountain that early.
Yeah, not bad.
All right, Sonic or farming? Give me a. What are you feeling for the next one?
I know what I would choose, but
You feel farmer right now, Lab? You feel it? How much do you feel farmer right now?
let's go with farmer. Why not?
All right. Well, this is like farming adjacent. New Zealand has a little over 5 million residents. How many sheep reside in the country?
Well, I know it's a lot.
To the closest
Definitely
million.
a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely very close to the amount of people. I feel it's like,
That is incorrect. It is not close to the amount of people.
I don't know, it's like 1.5 billion?
Okay, it's not that
That's a bit
many.
much.
7.3 million.
No.
More.
You said New Zealand has 500 million.
It has
right?
5 million.
5 million.
Yeah.
5 million. Oh, okay. I thought you said 500 million, and that's what.
Yeah,
I was like, how many people?
That's a lot of people for us.
that'd,
Rhode
be,
Island.
that'd be some population density and then some.
22 million?
Pretty close.
Hope you know what you're
Okay, so
doing.
it's in the 20 millions.
You bet. Watch this.
21 million.
Transforming now.
It's in the 20 millions.
27,300,000.
Close enough.
Not close enough. Yeah,
It is 26 million, approximately. At their peak of population, it was about 70 million to even fewer people. So there's a lot of sheep
There's
in the
a lot.
country.
What happened to all the sheep?
I don't know.
Yes.
What happened?
Don't ask
Yes.
me.
No, I'm worried now.
They moved to a farm up island.
Oh, okay. Whew.
A lot of the country's exports are just like sheep and cow products. That's why there's so many of them. There's a good couple of videos about it. If you're interested in learning about the sheep population of New Zealand, I guess.
I am.
Which I apparently am, yeah.
Y'all
Also,
wanna...
if you like auto throws, there's like 4 of these.
Perfect. More questions.
Well, we're in the second one of 4,
I'll work
but
with that.
Yeah.
you'll see quite more airplane gameplay, or what passes for it.
This question was submitted by the Sound Defense. Thank you very much. In Sonic Adventure, each stage is played by 3 different characters, except for one. Which stage is the exception?
Sandhill,
No.
Hot Shelter.
No.
Wait,
Amy
really?
Big and Gamma,
Amy Big and... Yeah, sure, actually.
Boss World.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
20 seconds for
It's just
Lapras.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
That is
it
correct.
just Sonic Knuckles.
Good stuff, Lab.
Wow.
I try.
If you
You're loading. You're on the egg carrier. I have to do something about it, right?
If you have questions, well, if you have trivia for us that you want us to ask, you can submit it. Type exclamation think fast in chat to get a link to our trivia submission form.
This must be the
If
way
it
to the
fits the
sky.
theme, we might use it. We'll credit you. You'll be on stream. You'll be famous. And we got a lot of fun. We got a lot of fun questions that we wouldn't have from really like knowledgeable like diehard fans of theories that I wouldn't have known. So
Yeah, the research that we put into this is good, but a lot of it ends up being someone on the fandom wiki said this and it's dubious, but we're gonna put it in anyways.
don't show how the sausage is made.
They need to know.
All right. Apparently, exclamation point think fast doesn't. Oh no, okay.
It does.
It was already typed. I was like, oh, it's not working. Oh no.
It is there.
Ah.
Right. So Alpha's going through the beginning of the late Sonic. Oh no.
That is due to the voices. Wow, that is unfortunate. So,
Oh, you got the funny Skydeck cannon. Funny.
So there's
Thinking
something
mod loader.
weird. Yeah, this is due to the mod loader. So in Sonic Adventure DX, in the vanilla version of Sonic Adventure DX, it's very hard to move around. The camera would be spinning on PC, and it's very hard to have a good visual cue of anything that you do in the game. The camera is very broken, and we kind of had to fix the PC port with a mod loader for the game to be accessible and pretty much way better, I guess, for speedrunning. And some audio triggers or voice clips can absolutely ruin you in certain stages, and Skydeck is one of the exceptions where it can. This cannon that I hit earlier, if you don't remove the voice clip, will just pretty much lock there and freeze, and even if you throw a rocket, which is normally what lets you access the second act of the stage, will not be broken. So Sonic will just fall to its death, and since there's no real checkpoint that we take in speedrunning, then we just restart at the very start of the stage, which is very unfortunate.
That does not seem ideal.
That's what you say. I'm taking the first checkpoint. I don't care. I land there.
And if you're familiar with Skydeck or really like this stage, you might know that in the third act, there's a lot of single sections where you're pretty much on ladders and forced to kind of like act within like inverted gravity, and Sonic has to go reach up to go get to the spring that leads you to the very end. But if you spin dash jump at a very precise timing on the slope that's right near where the camera will gravitate or change, you'll be able to pretty much access the capsule easier and earlier if you angle it very, very nicely, which I did there, so I'm very glad we got it.
That's the capsule.
I still think it's weird that Sonic just kind of hugs the pillars.
Oh, nice. Let's go. And that was Captain Quarter's clip. So for some odd reasons, there's collisions on the side of each sides of this door right there, which lets you pretty much access Eggman's room, where there's a throne, and if you go under the throne or you sit on the throne will move, and you'll be able to find a switch which kind of like sets the ship in a different position, which pretty much is needed to go through story progression. And normally you have to go down there and like do a couple.
I almost soft locked.
My goodness. You need to do a couple setups to pretty much access the room, but if you just go do a spin dash jump with a slope, which is used in very, very a lot, and by a lot I mean like pretty much every single place in Sonic's story, you can reach that easier and faster. So.
Hey, I'll play with you.
Also, fun fact: Chaos 6 can be defeated by charging a lightspeed attack, and doing it twice on Chaos 6 will end the boss way quicker than doing 4 hits.
This is the alternative. You take this light dash trail up, and then you can hit the thingy.
Y'all want another question?
Absolutely.
What is the name of the parallel universe Blaze the Cat is from?
Oh.
That is a
Is it like
Lapras
the-
question.
Is it like the soul dimension or something?
That is right.
Oh,
20 seconds for Lapras.
Nice.
okay. Alright then.
We're not including Sonic 06's lore here because it doesn't
It was
really
wiped.
explain it. The future, I guess, is
The
where
future
Blaze
question
is
mark?
from
Yeah.
in 06.
Wherever Silver's from. Yeah,
Yeah.
over there.
The somewhere.
Future?
Go somewhere.
Wherever they feel like.
Well, we've established at the start of this race that I'm Silver, and I'm from Illinois, so that's where Silver's from now.
Canonical.
Yeah,
Hey.
put that on the wiki.
Put that on the wiki.
Source.
So
Here's the
we're in the
wiki.
western Chicago suburbs.
So it's me.
I think that'd be fun
Coming
trivia.
up
If just, like,
into
every
Lost
Sonic-
World, which is
Go ahead.
Lost World is probably like the pinnacle of like Sonic story in that it has everything. It's got fire. It's got crazy like slope momentum manipulation. It's got this cool snake thing with a puzzle that you just don't care about. You have to light 3 of these squares, the red one I just passed, in order to open this door. But you can do a cool trick where you just pause and then unpause the game while you're going fast enough at this door. And it deloads the door for just a little bit. And only these doors in Lost World work like this. I don't know why. I don't think anyone knows quite why. But, you know, it works.
Hey, if it works.
Water slides.
Sometimes you don't need to know why things work. They just happen. Speaking of work.
Speaking of labor. Wait, where is it? According to the USDA, how much does a farmer need to make to be considered a farm?
Is it like in terms of money?
In US
Or-
dollars, yeah.
US dollars,
dollars?
yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
This is an American-centric question, but also nobody would know this. So
It is, yeah. unless you're
unless they're
familiar
farmers.
with like farm law, yeah.
farm law, yeah.
You definitely make a lot of money with farms. That's for sure.
But the threshold to be considered a farm.
150,000. I might be completely overshot.
Far
I'll let
lower.
that for the fan.
Much
For the
lower.
fan.
Yeah.
Much lower. $63,000.
Still much lower.
Really? Oh my goodness. I was
So the threshold-
really overshot.
The threshold for this, I imagine, is pretty much to, my guess, based on the number, would be to delineate between a professional farm and like, I'm gardening in my backyard. So it's
Like-
not that high.
$1,000?
That's correct.
That's right.
Really?
Yep, 30 seconds for Labrys.
That was a good one.
The production
I
and
see where
sale
Alpha's
of
in
at
the
least
run.
one-
I'm needing it.
Yeah, the production and sale of at least $1,000 of agricultural products in 1 year is considered a farm.
That's very
And for
low.
that day forward, if 2 or more animals made at least $1,000, it was considered a zoo, unless it's a farm.
Huh?
It's a Team Fortress reference.
Mm.
From like 15 years ago. Oh man. Okay.
Whole systems.
I really want to ask some of our Sonic Adventure questions.
Do it.
We got a good number, I think. We have at
I'm all for
least
it.
2.
But
I
Yeah.
thought we had more. Okay, well, no, we have at least 3.
Nice.
How many times can a Chao reincarnate in Sonic Adventure 2?
3.
3.
Or 2. 2, because the third version will be the ultimate Chao. I think 2.
I think it's 3.
Watch out.
Neither of those are what we... Please hold.
What is it, like 4 or something? Ridiculous.
I thought in order to become the Chaos Chao, you have to have every single, like, part. Or is that... Wait.
It's long and complicated. There's like,
Select your character.
you go baby to stage 1, stage 2 to stage 3. I mean, stage 1, 1 to 2, and then. It's if it's not 3, then it's gotta be 4 or else.
There even a limit? Because, I mean, it's definitely, I think it's right that, like, if you don't give the parts, you definitely cannot do the
Yeah.
Chaos Chao.
Yeah.
So what I found online is that there is a limit, and it is a technical limit. It is not like intended to be a limit, but for technical reasons, there's a limit. But it's far lower than you would think, given that being the reason.
Like 32?
It is more than 32.
Well,
99?
if it
It is more than that. 32 is
Really?
more on the right track in terms of multiples of
128?
Closer.
30.
I will.
29.
No, 128 is getting closer.
Yeah.
256.
Very close.
255.
Yeah.
There we go. 10 seconds for Lapras.
Base limitations.
That
Yeah.
makes
Citation
sense, yeah.
perhaps needed on that one. But that's what the internet told me, and I wouldn't believe.
The
I don't
internet
think it
would
would
never
lie to
lie.
me.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Let's do a different Sonic Adventure question that I have more definitive information on. How old is Sonic in Sonic Adventure?
15.
That is right. 20 seconds for Dolphin.
Okay, Alpha, I did not know that one.
I think Tails is 8. Amy's 13. Nox is... I don't remember Nox, actually.
Tails is
Nox
8.
is older. Yeah, no, Tails is baby.
I think Tails is 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tails is 8.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
He's 8 and already saying, like, Sonic, am I a burden to you?
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
There's a lot to unpack there with Tails,
There's
apparently.
a lot. And he's been through a lot.
I hope Tails gets to go to therapy.
You know, he might, after all this,
Come on, Tails.
he might invent therapy. I don't know. Necessity is the mother of invention, I guess.
True.
So I didn't really take the time to explain on Whitney Valley what I did, but I did a trick that is much harder than it probably looks like. The normal strat that you do for Windy Valley is just like go on the left to pretty much evade the kill planes. It's very easy because there's like no space where there's a kill plane, but what I did is I faced the kill planes, and in a couple of frames, if I went a little bit later, then it would have been instant death for Tails. You can pretty much like, if there's 2 kill planes like this, Tails can go in between for very, very low amount of frames. And I got it. It's pretty much due to a time queue that I get it, but it's pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah, you instead of going around both kill planes, you basically sandwich yourself in between 2 kill planes, and it's a bit of a better line. So shout out to Alpha for actually going for double drop Windy, you monster. Now it's something people do every day. And I'm finally out of Sonic. And you're
Let's
a nice
go.
kept Tails. Goodbye, blue guy. You get to see everybody else now.
Hooray! I'm just waiting for Big.
Oh yeah, Big is fun. Big is really fun in this game because most of the tricks we're gonna, at least me, will attempt to go for is a frame perfect trick called instant catch glitch, and this also matters with the position of Froggy. So this might turn into a nightmare, but we'll see how it goes. I'm praying for it.
Yeah. That's a you thing then. Like, this is a race.
I believe in Froggy.
I just saw you get both. Hashtag clips.
This ice cut is insane.
What the heck? Are you gonna land up there? Like, you want to land on like the top route of this next part of the level, and he did. Alpha getting what's commonly known as cast cap, which is basically both clips.
I missed the last super ramp. Doesn't matter.
No,
No,
does
I
not
don't
matter. You got the cool stuff.
at least.
You're just flipping out on a snowboard.
I'd say like this level is probably like the 3rd or 4th hardest in the entire game to do perfectly. Both clips that I achieved with speed, which is a lot harder actually than just trying to just clip out normally with no speed, was passed until 2020 when Nixer, I believe, and a couple of others started doing it in the IL, and then I found a better method to pretty much clip through it with a lot of hours. Like I'd say like pretty much like almost 100 hours to trying to find a way to do it consistently. And glad we did that because it saves a big amount of time. I mean, doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still 7 seconds.
It is a lot. Tails may be like give or take like a 15-20 minute category, but 8 of those minutes are sky chases and the little Sharky boy. So combine those together and you get like 10 minutes of meaningful gameplay approximately. So 7-8 seconds is a lot of time in Tails, even though it may not look like it. We're running all stories. We're playing the long game.
Y'all want my most obscure and favorite Sonic Adventure trivia question?
Go for it.
Sonic Adventure 2 features some small three-wheeled vehicles inspired by the Interceptor commonly used by what transit agency?
Isn't like some of the vehicles in Mission Street modeled after like the parking like police officers who would like give like the devs tickets for parking places they shouldn't be, so they, as revenge, they put them in the game.
In what city?
San Francisco?
That is right. 30 seconds for Labras.
How do you know that?
Wow.
How do you even know that? That is absolutely crazy.
There's a
Sometimes
There's a
you just watch
picture
stuff
of
on YouTube.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah?
Wild.
this was like the only Sonic like super obscure Sonic trivia that I don't know why I knew that. Besides the fact that the Interceptor is an extremely goofy car. I'll post it in I posted it
They
in
do
chat.
look very distinctly goofy.
I'll post it for y'all too so you can see it. They're so goofy. But yeah,
Oh
like
my-
once you see them, you're like, oh yeah, those are totally in Sonic Adventure 2. Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that at all.
I didn't. I write questions about like transit authorities and trains, and then Seuss goes, "Nobody will know that." And consider yourself owned, Seuss.
Apparently, yeah, you know?
Yeah, because Sonic Adventure 2 was largely like a lot of the development was done by the San Francisco team, I believe.
I mean, City Escape.
Yeah, so a lot of it's based on San Francisco stuff.
All right, I gotta stump you with more farming questions then.
Oh boy.
Are you going?
Yep.
Okay.
What indoor vertical farming method comes from the Greek water and labor?
Method.
Well, I guess the Greek words for water and
Yeah,
labor.
the root words.
Yeah.
This is wrong, but aqueducting?
No.
Completely incorrect.
Water lifting? No idea. Absolutely no idea.
Do you know? All right. So, do you know the Greek word for water?
Aquos?
Aqua? Or,
I think aqua is from Latin.
oh, that might
That's
be
right.
true.
Might be.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a very hard one.
Aqua is Latin. But I mean, the Greek one is also a pretty popular like word
Yeah.
for water. It's not like obscure.
Oh, it's hydro.
Yeah.
Yes. Hydro something.
Hydroculture?
No.
Nope.
I because it has to be a Greek word.
I don't really know where the Greek word for labor comes from, but
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
yeah, I don't really.
Almost got me with the waterworks.
Hydropolis city.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
guess. Final guess.
That's like
I agree with
kind
that
of
one.
close.
That is kind of close, actually. Yeah.
Oh, hydroponics.
There you
Yes.
Oh.
20 seconds for Labras.
go. Yeah.
I forgot that was a word.
Good job.
Didn't know it was for plants. I just knew it's a word.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
indoor and vertical at the same time.
Whoa.
Whoa.
A lot of like futurism, like farming solutions
Yeah.
are like very hydroponic based, and then a lot of plants don't really work with it. So
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Servers are the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
So Tails did some snowboarding on Alpha's and got a purple thing. And I was just gonna get back in the plane.
I'm good here. Goodbye.
Yeah. Tails just
You're gonna
likes
try this thing
flying.
again. This is Sky Chase number 4 of 4. So it's a nice little break. Or what have you.
Yeah, we're on the last plane level of the game. This is very relaxing sometimes because, as I mentioned earlier, like spamming spin dashes can be very, very hard on the ends. So you want to be careful to not do too much Sonic Story speedrunning if you're at least trying to go reach like a high level or top tier level for the speedrunning of it. So these plane levels seem like very long and like there's not much going for them. But when you're speedrunning the game, it's actually needed. Like, you need those levels to actually decompress your hands a little bit for a few minutes, because otherwise, like, a carpal tunnel is one thing that can happen. It happened to me after a few years, and it's very serious. So take care of your hands if you're ever considering to speedrun this game, which is a beautiful speedrun, by the way. Don't be scared of what I'm saying right now, but it's also, like, it can lead to serious issues. Wrist pain, pretty much.
As somebody who had
Stretch the fingies.
had to drop their main speed game for hand issues, take care of your hands, folks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not so good.
Gaming hurts, but it
really
doesn't.
does.
But it doesn't have
Practice
to.
safe gaming.
Stretch your hands and wrists and arms. Yeah, games having like built-in break sections is always very nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
like they're annoying if you're like trying to like grind out runs, but in hindsight, you
It's good for like
they're good.
longer runs if it's in like the middle, I feel.
Yeah.
Long breaks like the beginning and the end, I hate, but
Right.
What?
Hey, Sky Chase buddies.
Okay. My controller kind of stayed connected, but was not working with the game anymore. I'm not sure what happened, but kind of got a little scary moment
Oh,
there.
wait.
I'm glad it was on Sky Chase.
it's the thing. It's the phrase.
But
It's never occurred before.
oh, close enough. It has not happened in this situation before until now.
This is the situation that heretofore now has not been seen.
Yep.
That one hotfix that Focus was on.
Speaking
I'll
of
just
things,
say it. Well, that's never happened before.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
All right.
Speaking of things that have never happened before,
Ooh, okay.
it's specifically questions we've never asked on this show before. Definitely not.
Clearly.
What is the first game that Sonic appeared in?
Such a good question.
Coming in tight.
Wow, this thing is really huge.
I feel like this is a gotcha. Like, this can't be Sonic 1.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely an appearance. Like, it's not like from
Right.
their-
Sonic's first playable appearance was Sonic 1, but
Playable.
Yeah.
he did appear in a game before that. Just not playable.
So, this must be the Sky Deck, huh?
What would Sega do
Yeah.
with Sonic before Sonic?
I will say I did not know this one before we asked it for the first time today. Yeah.
Yeah. Before you read it for the first time the other day when it was written for the first time.
Uh huh.
It is a Sega game. It was a relatively obscure Sega game, I would say.
That wasn't
What else is there about it here? It was Sega's first 32-bit game.
Ooh, first 32-bit. That dates it. But also being before Sonic 1 also dates it. I wouldn't know.
It is an arcade game.
An arcade game.
What, Virtua Fighter?
No.
Is that too new? It's probably too new.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, Alpha's casually doing some more skewed gravity manipulation, but his Tails, it gets a lot funnier. So he's falling sideways.
Yeah, you
A
can
bit faster.
basically alter the gravity by going on the rim there and having the speed pad launch you out. But if you fly at a very specific timing, Tails will be kind of like looking at the end of the stage from his angle. And since he's pretty much upside down when you start flying, then Tails has to drop down at some point. And you can keep on dropping, but if you hold on to the B button, you will drop forward. And then when you stop holding it, you will go up. So you can just like pretty much just go vertical down, vertical down, vertical down until the end of the stage. Pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Egg Walk is really funny. They left the debug function in the game so that whenever you press the Y button, he skips to like a next animation in the cycle, and Alpha is abusing that very hard to make him get up faster and jump faster. So like, there are we call them Walker whistles, and the Y button does basically nothing else in the game. Just for this guy. Like, we've pressed Y all over the place. Trust. and this is the only place where it is.
37.
And with that, Alpha is done with Tail Story. Moving on to Nux.
I'm thinking about a Sega game that's called like Rocket or something. It's like a pig.
Future Rocket? No,
It is. It is not that. That is a game, but it's not that.
It's not that.
All right, so it is a racing game. And I'll assume you're not going to get the name, but could you think of where Sonic
makes an
appeared?
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a racing game on an arcade.
Anyways. In the 90s?
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah. This game came out in 1990.
Cruisin'? Is it part of the Cruisin' series, or is that?
No, we mean like specifically in the universe of the game. Where where does Sonic make the cameo?
Right.
In the racing game.
So the game is called Rad Mobile.
Oh,
Rad
Isn't it
Mobile is the
Mobile?
game.
I think I get
I don't
this one every
know.
time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Mobile or Mobile, whatever. It's that one. But in it, what is Sonic, or where is Sonic found?
Is he like a vehicle? No, you said first playable appearance. Is he like a background character kind of running alongside you or something?
No.
Is he the time trial ghost?
No. That would be cool, though.
Yeah, that'd be
That
cool.
would be cool.
He's probably on the side of a car or something.
Close.
He's in your face at all times, actually, in this game.
You cannot escape him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. as were some benign design decisions in the 90s, so par for the course. Alpha finding his way through Knuckles' story. In every Knuckles level, there are 3 randomly scattered emerald shards hidden in specific locations. We can use the power of deductive reasoning to find which one is cool and exists and which ones don't. Just kind of by using the radar at the bottom of the screen and a semi-predetermined route based on what information we get. But it is random, trust. So Knuckles by itself is a very RNG heavy, but often like requires a lot of snap decision making, and is definitely very cool.
Should we move
Definitely.
on? Do we think it's
Go for it.
It is. He was a car ornament hanging off of the rearview mirror.
like an air freshener type
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Definitely obscure, but he's always
Yeah,
there.
his eyes would probably still stare into your soul.
Pretty much.
Like most inanimate objects.
I love
I think-
Chaos's little dance.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's
The
perfect.
dance.
I think he like spins around as the ornament, but
Oh,
You do get to look into his eyes if you really want to.
Oh, I got the game crash. That's awesome.
oh, you got the Chaos 2 crash? It's okay. We have a save.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a save. I don't know how far it will be in, but I'll try to.
You'll be at least past Knuckles Casino, so you'll be fine.
While you fix that, do we want to just take our first break a little early?
How do you feel, Lab? Do you still feel like you have it in you right now, or do you want to take like a small break?
Well, I can take a small break and
Select your character.
Right, then.
get on this freaking capsule.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's go.
Perfect.
Then pause as soon as you're able to, and we will go to our mid-run intermission. Before we do that, though, we do have a couple announcements.
Yeah.
I do believe.
If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick hotfix. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content.
All right, folks, how many more? We got like what, 4 or 5 characters left here?
Yeah.
So don't
They're
go
all
anywhere.
very short.
There's a lot more of your favorite Sonic friends right after this break. Welcome back to Think Fast, the speedrunning game show of fast times and sharp minds. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Corvin May.
And I'm Sos, also your host.
In case you forgot how the game works, it's not enough to simply beat the game the fastest. Our runners are answering our trivia questions as they play. And the more questions they get right, the more seconds we'll take off their final times. Currently, the Alpha Dolphin is ahead in in-game time, but Labris is ahead in trivia time. Who will win? I don't really know in terms of like where the math lines up here. That's kind of hard to do on the fly. So it seems like there's only one way to figure that out. So, you know what it is?
Do tell.
I think it's to think fast.
Oh.
In 3,
Absolutely.
2, 1, resume.
Let's go. I was ready.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Hopefully we're not experiencing a second crash. This is very unlucky. The crash sometimes happens. I'm not sure what entirely causes it, but it happens very often in Knuckles' story on the PC version.
Only if you're on pace. Only if you're on pace.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you're winning a race.
Yeah.
Without trivia, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Nice. We can get it through now. Perfect.
I wonder why Sonic is...
So,
You want trivia? Is that
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
is that what I'm hearing? That's what I heard.
We signed up for this.
Ooh, you did. In that case,
We have another question sent in to us by The Sound Defense. Thank you so much. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which act, a specific half of a zone, has the most special stage rings?
PSD would send this. He runs all emeralds.
absolutely, yeah. That's what I was thinking too. We're sorry in advance, TSD. This is a rough one, at least for me.
Isn't it like... It's one of the first ones. It's either like Angel Island or Mushroom Hill.
It is neither of those.
Really?
God, this RNG so far. A little bit rough.
I don't think I've ever played Sonic 3, so
On my end, I played it a lot, but way younger. Like, the last time I played Sonic 3, I think I was not even 10, I think. So it's been a long time.
do you remember the zones in it?
Good enough.
Or specifically the axe, I guess, but... All right. PSD in chat says they forgot the answer too, so...
AGTSD.
The train headed for Station
Is
Square
Hydro
will
City...
be
Is
departing
Hydro
soon.
City in Sonic 3?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Hydro City. I feel like it's a little bit later. That's probably like one of the stages that could be. Or is it one of the
not
later
Hydro City.
stages? Dang.
I don't even know
What
the
is
flow of stages in Sonic 3.
Neither do I. This is one where that is one of the things with our lovely viewers sending us in questions is that we can't help a lot of times because
Yeah, it sure is a stage in the game.
Marble Garden 2, just randomly.
Close.
close.
Oh, is it really that close?
Marble Garden 1?
There you go.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
20 seconds for Labrys.
Okay. Thanks. I think I've watched enough TSD streams to know that like he went through like 3 in that act alone.
There are
That
8
was
total.
TSD.
There are 8 in that level, yeah.
That's crazy.
So earlier we kind of saw Labrys getting something called blue balls on the Chaos 4, which is something that can happen, a move that is completely reliant on RNG for Sonic's story. And since you have Chaos 4 on Tails and Knuckles also, you would expect pretty much it to happen for the other characters. But if you play perfectly on both characters, it is impossible to actually get them. Why so? If you are in the air for the amount of time that the Chaos is preparing his attack, you're able to pretty much just never get the attack going, because I believe Chaos only sends this attack if you are touching the ground or very close to the ground. So as long as you're gliding in the air with Knuckles or flying with Tails, this will never happen to you. Fun fact.
Huh.
So what is RNG?
Whoa, Minecraft?
2 stone statues. The door to the past.
Oh,
Yeah, the top of the forest there is pretty funny. You can actually just kind of like walk through the hills and top of the trees, because there's some places where there's solid floor and there's some others where there's not solid floor. So you need to know everywhere that there is along the line that I chose to pretty much be able to go directly to the center. Otherwise, you're kind of into a labyrinth of paths, and you better remember it if you fall, because you can lose a lot of time there in a speedrun.
Yeah, I mean, there is a map. Not the most helpful thing in the world, but there is a map.
True.
I don't know if that they added that in DX or that was a thing for people on the Dreamcast. If not Dreamcast, I'm so sorry. Some of the characters are omega slow compared to others and make moving around the jungle a pain if you don't know where you're going.
Good enough.
So for base movement of Knuckles, you might see both of us pretty much just like double pressing the jump button to pretty much launch us forward and then starting to run. This is the fastest way to move with Knuckles. And the only real way to go even faster than that is by getting speed shoes, which is another luck factor, because obviously getting the emeralds is not enough, right? We have to get even more luck into the story. It's around 1% of the time it seems to get a capsule that holds the speed shoes, so you don't really get it very often.
If you do get a capsule, it's about 1% of the time.
Okay, it's if you get a capsule. Wow.
Yeah, it's like astronomically low. For comparison, in SA2, every time you dig, it's 1 in 64. Not even, but like, it's a very, very small chance, and you only dig as a requirement twice in the story. 3 times if you're feeling spicy after a bad red run. And that would save you a lot of time there.
This thing's always changing.
You know what else can save you a lot of time?
Ooh, is it perhaps a trivia question?
Once I find
I
one.
sense the Master Emerald.
Look,
a nice,
look, the segue was there before I had a good question. All right.
I feel like that's always the case with us.
Another great question submitted by Amber. If you play Sonic Shuffle on your Dreamcast on December 24th, Lumina Flowlight is replaced by what other Sega character?
Would it be Knights?
That's right.
Correct.
30
Hey, yo.
seconds. Alpha.
Good enough.
I feel like with with Sonic games around that time, just guessing Knights is a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also always tied to Sonic for some reason. So I
Yeah,
was
it's
just
always
like,
Knights.
Never gonna get a sequel until the Wii, but you know, I'll put him in everything. Sure.
Yeah.
Very, very, very token cameo character. He makes a cameo here. He gets his own pinball table.
That'd be a fun one for us to do. Is just all the questions about cameos of games and other games. The true crossover episode.
Yeah.
If you have a fun fact about a cameo of a game inside another game, you can submit it with exclamation point think fast. We might use it on a future episode. We'll credit you and stuff, as you saw in that last question there. Your questions give us some fun deep dive knowledge into stuff that we don't know about, and then we get to trust you unconditionally. It's like a trust exercise. We fall and you catch us, and we appreciate that out of all of you. Thank you so much.
Is that all you've got?
And on Chaos 6 right there, we already fought Chaos 6 with Sonic, but with Knuckles, it's a pretty similar fight. You want to pretty much just get the Beatles, attack them so they freeze, and then after that, you're free to do whatever you want with them, pick them up, and then you can throw them at the Chaos 6. Unfortunately, there's a very similar thing that you can do to double hit Chaos 6, but it requires getting some gloves, which is a little bit slower. Not that much slower, but just a little bit slower with Knuckles, so it's not really worth to go grab them.
I can't count. That's Stretch Armstrong.
It's about like 12 seconds, I think.
I might go grab them because I know the wall run for it.
Ooh, perfect.
But then you'd have to go back. Never mind. I'll stay the course. I'll put the key in the spot, and then the other key into the other spot.
And Amy is strangely one of the most interesting character in this game. Pretty much to go fast with Amy, you have to do short hop hovers, as they're commonly called. And Amy is pretty much one of the most unique platforming, I guess, I've ever done in any games ever, with the hammer and everything. And is definitely one of the most precise characters. We're going to open the door with the button there, but we're not actually going to go in between the doors. Why? We're going to do something pretty hard right there, so let's see if I can hit it. First try, oh my. Wow.
Nice castle skip.
Beautiful.
You basically skip going inside of the castle, or with a very complex series of jumps that you have to maintain speed through. Speaking of going inside anything, I'm about to finish Knuckles Lost World with the exit that you saw from Sonic by clipping through this door and using Sonic's exit instead of actually collecting the emeralds. Because why work harder when you don't have to?
As you do, of course.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
if the exit's there, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm surprised there isn't a check in the game, actually, for that.
Yeah, Lost World was one of the last levels in development, which was just kind of weird considering like the nature of the story. That's why only Sonic and Knuckles are playable in it, because they just didn't have time to make more layouts for at least a third character. So we take a death there to warp all the way down to the other end of the tunnel where we entered that area. We just walk our way over to the egg carrier for Skydive.
Man, if I hadn't used that egg question before, that would have been such a good segue to another egg question.
Big question.
Who ate the most eggs?
We already did that. We have to do something different.
Ever.
Wait, want to do the
yeah.
opposite? Want to do the opposite?
Who's eaten the least eggs in 8 minutes? Anyone who's gone 8 minutes without eating eggs? Yeah.
What percentage
Me?
of all food? What percentage of all food that is grown is never eaten?
Oh, that is a big question, actually. This is probably a very high count, knowing.
It's
Higher than it should be.
It's high. It's upsettingly high. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Is it like 35%?
That's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
45%.
That is less close.
30%?
25%?
Well, what was your guess, Labras?
30%?
That is right.
Wow, that is
10 seconds for
disgusting.
Labras. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of food.
I forgot to tilt the ship. So if you don't tilt the ship, those garages stay closed and you can't get open to them, so you can get access to the pieces that are stored inside. And there are garages later in the stage that I might have to clip into. I think I will have to clip into one of them. The crane toes.
Oh, you can just walk through those. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hot Shelter is a pretty broken stage. It's super precise too. The clip there that you can do, I believe is only available in DX or the port of DX for Sonic Adventure. On Dreamcast, you can actually pick up the puzzle and clip through the door by sliding with the puzzle, by grabbing one of them. Also, you can go on the side of the door there and or the wall and just kind of, slide in between the doors because that's how the game works, right? I mean, let's be honest. There's no walls in this game.
Apparently, yeah.
Clipping by picking something up is big Mario Sunshine energy.
Yeah, true.
Balls question mark?
Where?
There? I don't know.
But yeah, Hot Shelter is definitely a very difficult stage. Definitely the longest stage in the entire run, at least in the speedrun world. And definitely one of the hardest ones, pretty much angle-wise. There's so many places where invisible wall will just like don't allow you to curve the right way or do some things that you needed to do to pretty much go fast or something. It's just pretty much the most technically demanding stage, I think, in Amy.
Yeah, not only that, but because of Amy's momentum-based nature, she can only do the hammer flip if she has what's called hammer speed, or has the ability to run with her hammer out, which takes quite a bit of build-up or just one hop of worth of speed. So if you don't have the hammer speed, then your hammer flip turns into just this wimpy little hammer attack that stops you in your tracks. And that's why Amy is so momentum-based, because you have to hit one trick, and then with the speed you get from that one trick, you have to hit the next trick and the next trick, and it's kind of a domino effect.
Like playing Celeste in your in your Sonic game.
Yeah, a little bit.
And in this level is arguably the hardest trick in the game coming up. It's called Wall Float, and hopefully I can get into this section. I will attempt it on stream. It is normally very few amount of runners actually got it in runs ever. It is mainly pass only, but I will try to make it.
It was task only. And then shout out to Poxanova Delay.
We're past the first door with Banana Clip. And let's see if we can do this.
Alpha's trying to do an instant turnaround on that wall to skid up it. That's the short version.
Interesting.
Let's see if we can clip.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Ooh, that's scary.
I understand this.
No, we fell down.
Oh, we fell down? Oh, yeah. But we got probably what is the sickest looking trick in the game.
It did look cool as heck.
Yeah, no, it's super, super cool. We need definitely to pause buffer it. There is some crazy people like Bossanova Delight and Spacebar who pretty much do it without a buffer. This is just unreal to me. Pretty much out of this world technical in the game and a lot of skill. So shout outs to both of these runners. Spacebar will actually be the one running Amy at SGDQ this summer, so he'll definitely do an amazing performance. Looking forward to that. But it's definitely a ridiculously hard trick, so falling up there is pretty frequent.
I had to restart twice in Twinkle Park. So if you restart twice in Twinkle Park, you are automatically sent to somewhere a little further along in the stage. That actually prevents you from doing a clip that saves about 10 seconds of normal gameplay.
Weird.
So I think it's the only area in the game where restarting enough just puts you somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you never see this if you do Castle Stage. And we're out.
And pretty much you might have seen me go through each door of there at the last part of Final Egg, and it's pretty much because there's 5 doors, and this is RNG also. There's 1 out of 5
completely
chances.
RNG.
Yes, completely RNG. there's 1 out of 5 chance that you guess the door right, and we pretty much failed at 20% until we actually got it. So we went through each door. Very unlucky, but yeah, that can happen.
Congrats on door 5.
Thank you.
It loses about 5 seconds each door you fail to guess correctly. Emphasis on the word guess.
Plus, like, maybe around, like, I'd say, like, double or almost double if you attempt Scoob Skip, or Scoob Skip 3, because I believe Scoob would be mad if I'm not mentioning the 3, as there's 3.
No, this is Scoob Skip 2.
Is it Scoob Skip
3?
2?
Yeah,
Oh,
3
that's
is
confusing.
3 is the one in Sonic.
It's so confusing at the end.
That's
yeah.
like basically Taz.
Shout out to Scoob again. And,
Yeah, that's Scoob.
Yeah, it's definitely a clip that you can do on the first door and the first door only, which is also the reason why we don't go directly to door 5, or we cannot really guess any doors in particular, as we are losing time if we don't go directly for door 1.
And it kind of doesn't matter anyways. It's all pretty much even as far as doors go.
Y'all want another question?
Absolutely.
Bruce, give us a
Sure.
question.
Who is the favorite character of Sonic team lead Takashi Iizuka?
I think Izuka was a Tails fan, wasn't he?
He is not. Well, I mean, he might
maybe,
be,
but not the favorite. Yeah.
That's a favorite.
Something crazy just happened as you were reading the question. I'm sorry. This is called Zero Strat, and this is pretty much frame perfect, or a little bit under frame perfect, I think, to hit. And it's due to the position of
No shot.
yeah, I just hit it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of got but it saves around like 3 seconds if you do it perfectly. I was so shocked that I only saved 1 with it, but I mean, hey, we take all the time so we can, right?
Yeah,
The
we
vibe I'm
take
getting
those.
is that Amy is very hard.
Very, very.
Yeah.
The
very
movement
difficult.
looks so cool though.
It is very
is.
cool. I like that you just flip and flop everywhere.
And just use bathroom walls to push you out. That one's easy though. You have to get in there. That's a little hard.
And right now we're with the purple cat. What was the question again? I'm very sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Kind of panicked.
Who is the favorite character of Sonic team lead Takashi Iizuka?
Knuckles?
No.
No.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
Shadow?
Yeah.
Yes. 20 seconds for Dolphin.
I wanted to
I feel
be
like
like.
Shadow is a.
Oh, good.
I was just about to say that I feel like Shadow is a big fan favorite in general for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted to be like someone super obscure, like Jet the Hawk.
I mean, that's a good thing for sure. Jet is so
Jet
so
is
sick.
cool.
That is pretty cool. All three
The
of them
riders,
I like.
they're cool.
I'm a Wave the Albatross fan. Like,
So
respect the Sonic team for making a character that is an albatross.
True.
I thought Wave was a swallow and Storm was an albatross.
Storm is the albatross. Storm is the albatross.
Oh
Wave is
no.
the... I'm a fraud.
Doesn't even know.
As the kiddos say, fake fan.
I'm a fraud.
As the kiddos say.
Of course.
Called out of my own show. All right, we have reportedly, Yuji Naka added the 7th Chaos Emerald and Super Sonic to Sonic 2 in homage to what series?
Dragon Ball?
Yes.
That makes sense. That's super sick.
That makes
It is
sense.
just that easy. Yeah.
That's crazy that it's actually the real answer though. Like
Yeah.
I was not expecting, like, it makes sense, but I was never expecting that answer to be real.
Right. That was
Yeah,
10 for
that's
Alpha, and our notes for this say, "No kidding, huh?" Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Super Sonic is very, very Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Super Sonic, Super Saiyan.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They got the same hair.
True.
Very lifted up, yeah. Yellow.
Yep.
So yeah, as Alpha was mentioning during his Knuckles part of the playthrough, there are some part of this forest that are solid, others that are not. very important is aiming. And we're making sure to stay on like the tiny solid parts of the forest as we both enter and exit the jungle. Hey, that wasn't that bad actually.
Something's biting.
And here's my turn with the doors.
All right,
Funny doors.
For 10 seconds, who can do the best Big the Cat impression?
Hey guys.
Oh god, I can do a pretty good one too. I actually
No,
cheered
Alf
for
is
this
good
one.
at
That's
this
up
one.
there. That's
was
pretty
good.
good.
That was good.
Hooray.
Froggy, where are you?
Oh my god.
Oh, both those are
They're
really
both
good.
really
I didn't
good.
expect you both. All right, you both get 10 seconds. I did not expect both of you to be that good at it. Oh my god.
Not too bad.
Yeah, that one's not too.
Pretty good.
That was unreal. Okay. What are the 4 most widely grown crops in the world by weight?
Rocks?
4 most widely grown crops in the world by weight.
Or farm.
Tomatoes?
Tomatoes is
No,
not one. That is the fruit. That is the most.
They're
But
all going to be staple crops.
Staple crops, okay. Wheat,
that's one.
That is one of them.
corn.
Yep.
That is another.
Something's biting.
They don't necessarily have to be food, right?
They are all
Edible.
well.
Right. They can be processed into.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, wheat is technically not
First
immediately
door.
edible.
Let's go, lad.
Yeah, so one of us got lucky and just picked a door and then won the lottery. But I could have been stuck for another 20 seconds checking doors. Theoretically, if I entered the room on a different foot. You know. RNG.
There are 2 more.
Cucumbers?
No,
Nope.
there's a big one, like a big one.
So what did we say already? Wheat and corn?
Wheat and corn.
Rice?
That is another one.
True, actually, yeah.
And then one more. It's in pretty much everything these days.
Yeah.
Something's
Well, that's not actually true because a lot of times it's
Oh,
corn.
sugar?
Yep, sugar cane.
Yeah.
20 seconds for Lavris.
Beautiful, lad.
Nice.
The sweep.
Too good at this, too good at this.
The crop.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's,
sweep.
it's
Bro,
in pretty
you're
much in
getting
everything.
big.
And I was like, actually, no, that's corn.
Yeah,
Corn's
that's
in
corn.
everything.
Corn syrup replace this.
So in Big, there is a pretty funny thing that you need to remember if you're a speedrunner at Big Story. And it's that if you're not doing instant catch glitch, which is a frame perfect trick in every single level, for every fish you can reach around like 4 to 3 meters around to actually get closer and closer to the fish. But if you're with Froggy, the Froggy gets very uninterested by the bait due to positioning in terms of height about the bait and the rod. So everything is very technical, even though it seems like it's just fishing Froggy. There's a lot of depth to the movement in Big and also just in like positioning of the rod and everything. So Big is actually way harder as a speedrun than it looks like. It just looks like you're jumping around and you're going to a place or something, but it's way harder than that for sure.
Yeah, especially it's not so much even the fishing itself. It's actually like moving from level to level. That's the majority of big speedrun. And it's where a lot of runners are like, oh, so this is actually kind of hard. Usually not the fishing that gets people. It's the hub movement.
which preparation?
So is E102 the last one, or is there one more after? I don't remember.
There's one
the
more.
last story,
Right.
which is a supersonic story.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
The shooting range.
You're in
The
Gamma
home
already?
stretch. Home stretch.
Destroyed.
I like that Sonic dolls and scare quotes.
Destroyed.
I'm going to try something here called the first Cube skip, actually. The first one that our friend Cube found.
Destroy the targets. And
We got it, okay. So
Oh, let's go.
yeah, this is a pretty hard trick in terms of consistency, and this is how you reach the fastest speed known in the game. Normally, Tails will be the fastest character in the game, except to this one condition where Gamma and Final Egg can actually get stuck in the rubber band, and if you press A as the rubber bands get released, you get thrown, like pretty much catapulted in the air, and you just glide in the air pretty much until the very end of the level, which is super fast, saves around 5 seconds in the level, and yeah, definitely is worth a lot of practice if you're trying to get this consistent in runs, or grinding for world record in general.
Not for the faint of heart, but it's very fast and very cool.
It did seem very fast.
Yeah. And you can pretty much get also max speed with that. There's a very funny clip, I think that's from Mimic, who pretty much extended the rubber band to its maximum point, and Gamma just voided out of bounds, like completely on the other side of the planet. It was awesome. Definitely a one-time thing ever, but I'll never forget that. That kind of like marked me whenever I'm playing Gamma.
Imagine if you were working at that hotel and this giant bipedal robot walks in and just starts firing rockets at your pool.
Honestly, I would probably just give up the job. I'll probably just I'll ask for the pink slip.
Leave that to someone else, honestly.
That's some real I don't get paid enough for this sort of situation.
Yeah,
sir, this is a Wendy's. Almost. Type energy.
Not my problem.
I don't.
Listen, I just work here.
Do they wear hats at Wendy's? Like, is that part of the uniform? Do you know?
Probably.
That might probably.
You know what else wears hats?
Ooh, let's see.
What two animals allow a Chao to wear a hat?
Skull dog.
That's one of them.
Oh, let's see. Not the half fish. Is it also the bat?
No, it's not the bat.
Is it a phoenix?
Not the phoenix. I don't know why it is, for what it's worth. I don't know why it's this one.
Is it the dragon?
It's not the dragon.
No, that's not the bat. You already said it. The lion? No, not the lion. Is the.
Can the animal fly?
I almost said close, but I don't know what my train of thought was for that being close.
This animal cannot fly, no.
It cannot fly, yes.
Okay.
All right, animal 20 questions,
Yeah,
go.
It is larger than a bread box.
It is not a mineral.
It is an animal.
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, is the skeleton dog an animal or a mineral?
Ooh,
At
true.
that point.
All animals contain minerals.
Yeah, but that animal is mostly mineral.
Yeah, that makes
You know.
sense.
Good amount of calcium, for sure.
It. What's a hint that just doesn't give it away?
Yeah, it must be really hard to try to give us hints on this one because it's so like formal. I guess like you have to know pretty much to.
I feel like hints towards like this animal are very specific because it's
Exactly, because it's a weird animal.
that's the hint.
It's a weird animal.
We can't give you hints because anything would point pretty much directly to it. It likes trees.
It eats leaves.
Yeah.
Is it panda?
It is not the panda.
Mission failed.
The panda.
Wither's gonna find me for that one.
The panda is close
Pandas
in terms of specificity.
Wait, what?
That's not a good hint. Don't.
What
listen
does
to
that
hint.
mean?
I don't know. It made sense in my head.
It likes trees.
Select preparation. complete.
Gorilla?
Nope.
Smaller.
Select a stage.
Smaller than a gorilla, bigger than a red box.
Koala?
That's right.
That's right.
That is.
5
You
seconds
were,
for both of
huh?
ya. I never understood why those. I always just used the skeleton dog as a kid.
Yeah, they're in Pumpkin Hill. They're quite easy to find.
I guess famous for wearing hats.
Of course. When was the last time you saw a koala with a hat?
Every day of my life.
Of course.
I can't go a single day without seeing a koala with a hat, am I right?
Classic, honestly.
Take it out. Wow, I picked the wrong set of stairs to set up in a hot shelter. Okay. Now Froggy's over here. Yeah, this looks more familiar. There's a frog on my screen as opposed to absolutely nothing.
Select a
I feel like Big could probably just catch Froggy by hand and not need to use the fishing rod in a lot of situations.
You know, yeah.
Froggy's pretty
probably,
close.
That makes sense. And it's also pretty large.
I don't know, maybe Big has like the curse of the eternal butterfingers.
Maybe.
He doesn't want to ruin his gloves. The frogginess. Wait, no, but he's carrying Froggy anyways.
Exactly.
What's the point?
Frogginess.
So,
Hey, look at that.
I got a little bit confused after answering the question, or thinking about the question, right after fighting Sonic there, and the reason for that is that we already clipped early into a hot shelter to complete the stage, which is normally the final stage for Gamma. And since we didn't do the other stages, well, the game doesn't really progress, but there was a route before that we used to do Sonic last, and I feel like my brain kind of had muscle memory for this exact route or something, so I was like focusing on the question and thinking, and I just completely forgot about the story progression. So for this, you need to do something called trial mode glitch to get back to the other stages, and what that does is it allows you to go backwards in the stage order, and allows you to pretty much continue story progression, but to reset the flags in the run, which is still faster pretty much than to do the whole story linearly, you need to proceed with a def, because a def will reactivate the cutscenes, which are pretty much flags, or allow you to go to places that also collect the flags. You, continue with the story progression. It's the only real category, I guess, in the game that is somehow like, I guess in parentheses, like glitched for route.
Huh. I feel like I don't understand, but it seems cool.
Therefore,
Yeah.
You'll see it coming up on my screen in a bit. I just entered Gamma Story myself. So again, yes, kill the Sonic doll. No rubber bands here. It's a cool party trick. I don't know how to party. That was a little too real. Anyways.
I wish I had a good segue for that, but I don't think I have any party questions.
you know what
We
else
also
is
don't know
real?
how to party. This next question. Nailed it.
Yeah, that,
Yep.
no complaints here.
What U.S. state inspired Green Hill Zone?
Arkansas?
Nope.
U.S. state.
49 remaining.
True.
Minnesota?
Nope.
It'll
That'd be kind of
be a
funny.
good GDQ reference.
True.
I mean, if we name all of them, we'll get them eventually, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. 48 to go.
Let's go. Texas?
Kansas?
Not Kansas. Was that Texas?
Texas.
That is not correct as well.
What state even looks like Green Hill Zone?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
Like sunflowers and like
Got water. And green.
Well, what's
Checkerboards
what's
for
the
no
sunflower
reason.
shit state? That's not
Kansas.
it.
That was already said.
That's not it. No, I know. That's wrong.
Hang on.
Mission complete.
What states are green and also have water? Other than a lot of them. It's not Maine.
It is a very. I will say it is not. It's a pretty common state. That's why we included it, despite not having only U.S. runners.
A known state.
Everyone knows the state.
Huh.
And say popular U.S. states.
Yeah, exactly.
New York? Is it
Ohio?
Neither of
Nope.
those.
How about to say it was based on Ohio? No offense to people from Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. Shout out to Yoshi Bluff. Anyways.
There's a big one.
It's pretty big.
Oh.
Very populated.
Chicago?
Not a state,
Illinois?
but I appreciate the call out.
It was referenced earlier, kind of, in a way.
It was referenced earlier. Sega has an office there.
California?
There we go.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
5 seconds for lab rest.
Headed for Station Square.
How do you get Cali into Green Hill Zone? I don't...
Because like
Very carefully.
Oh, the palm
Hollywood
trees.
Hills.
The palm
Very carefully.
trees. The palm trees. That's why there are palm trees, and they just pasted Cali into a 16-bit game. Meh.
Classic.
Wow. It's almost like they didn't do it again. Oh wait. So right now I am in hot shelter. Well, in is suggestive. I'm kind of around hot shelter.
So right here, we're on Perfect Chaos. The first hit that I did is called the Perfect Hit. Normally, you will go hit Chaos by doing a spiral or something in the boss to go up to Chaos's heads and pretty much like hit the brain. But if you spin around in a very precise motion on your control stick, you're able to go directly to its head, pretty much doing a reverse line vertical to just, pretty much attack. And it's pretty much a second faster, pretty much on each hit, I think, or something close to that.
Yeah, something about around a second for a perfect hit.
We'll see if we can go 3 for 3 here. Oh my, that's the best Perfect Chaos fight I've ever had. Going 3 for 3 on the first phase is really hard. At least for me.
Yeah, no, that is difficult in general. Now, the second phase is where it gets a lot messier.
Oh yeah.
Chaos starts to actually throw things that can hit you, as opposed to usually not being able to hit you. But you still have to go fast. So it's a balance. Because if you don't go fast enough into Chaos, you just kind of blurp, and then he fades into the ground, and then unfades into the ground, and then you lose a lot of time. You don't actually hit. Hopefully that doesn't happen to either of us. That'd be very unfortunate. Now I get to shoot Sonic a lot with Gamma. Whoa.
So time for me will be on the next hit. We are approaching the 6th hit. As soon as Sonic reaches Chaos' head and the target bar goes down, I will say time, but that's when we normally split for time. And time for me.
All right.
All right.
GG.
GG.
Thank you.
And we can just kind of clip out of Red Mountain. We have all this lava stuff. We're not a fan, so we just kind of stand on a rock and it just kind of pushes us out. Very convenient rock. Shout out to the rock, that one in particular.
Speaking of not minerals. Yep. Besides plants, what are the other 4 kingdoms of living things?
Well, animals.
That is in fact one of them.
Fungi.
Yep.
And then the hard ones.
And the hard ones.
Eukaryotic and prokaryotic bacteria.
Oh.
So,
Maybe. I don't know.
yes, but they have different names.
They have different
Select your
names.
carrot preparation.
I don't know anything about biology. This is all Swoosh.
You know,
our resident bio expert.
I mean,
All
that's what they are, but I don't remember what their names
So
are.
there's Protista, which is eukaryotes, and Monera, which is prokaryotes. So
Yeah. One has the stuff we have, one has like this weird stringy stuff.
yeah, prokaryotes are like bacteria and stuff without nuclei.
Yeah.
So I'll be 30 for Lapras there.
Want to keep them coming?
Might as well.
Go for it.
What fruit is the only one that has its seeds on the outside layer?
The strawberry.
Strawberry.
That is right. 10 seconds for Labras again. See, sometimes the questions actually aren't that hard. That hard. Speaking of which, what are the 2 educational Sonic games released for the Sega Pico?
Sonic Schoolhouse.
No.
E-103 Delta. Rescue complete.
Released in North America, I should say, for the Sega Pico.
Select your carrot. Select your
Yeah,
preparation.
Schoolhouse was for the PC.
Yes.
True. Educational Sonic games. Oh, that's.
I'd never heard of either of these.
But
I
we
know
expect
they
you
made-
to.
Yeah, I know they've made educational games, but knowing them like is another difficulty, I
Right.
guess. To the role.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're better
would-
than the Mario ones. The Mario ones are pretty
Ooh.
bad.
Are they?
They're
I
not great.
feel like any licensed educational game can't be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Also my perspective.
All right.
What kind of name would that have? Like this.
One of these is like a banger name that like makes no sense.
Mission failed.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Like would be like a cool name for some traditional Sonic game. That
Will be departing
dang.
I have no clue.
E-Series data.
Sonic teaches typing.
No, because I would run if Sonic Teachers Type existed, I would already run it.
Fair.
Sonic's time machine. Tails is missing.
Tails is missing. Wait, what? It would still be Sonic is missing. It's not like it's Luigi is missing.
Oh, so Sonic
That's
is
the
missing,
Mario movie,
but
that's
you
what you're
but you
thinking of.
play as Tails. Yeah, right.
Tails is missing from Tails' Mansion.
Tails' Mansion would be
All
pretty
right.
good.
Fair enough.
Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games.
Whoa.
They just flip.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead
Oh,
and
no.
call this one a little bit early.
Yeah.
'cause I don't know. We got
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World and Tails and
Okay.
the Music Maker,
Oh, the second one
I've
sounds
heard-
cool.
where you make music with
I've-
Tails.
I've heard of Tales of the Music Maker, but would I have registered that with the Sega Pico? Nope.
Probably not. The game features several minigames, including Travels with Tails, in which the player guides Tails through 3 levels, and Percussion Pinball, in which Tails is placed in a pinball environment.
Oh, I don't like the sprite for Tails and Tails and the Music Maker.
Wait, let me see.
I gotta look this up.
I
I
posted
was
it.
an avid Tales fan.
I posted it in
Oh,
chat.
Big
that's-
Tails fan. That's Tails?
That's Tails.
Apparently, that is supposed to be Tails.
That's our
Oh, it looks
boy.
Yeah. It looks like the old cartoon Tails, but like
Yeah.
somehow more like of a fox, like more brown, I guess. It doesn't even look like Tails at all, actually. Looks like a bear almost.
Some of the other art is like fine, but that one,
Not
they did him
not so
dirty.
much. Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
There's some cool cover art though, about like that looks more like Tails. Like that would have been like a pretty sick art design for the box, but like the one on the that I'm not so sure about that at all.
All right. I'm finally
All right,
entering
well,
Supersonic
let
Story.
me just quickly make sure Richard has this for our thumbnail.
Oh no.
Oh, the link doesn't work?
Just look up Tails in the Music Maker.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You'll see it pretty quickly. There's not too much to get confused with. All right, we can probably do 2 or 3 more questions.
Yeah.
Or the end,
pick
right?
one.
Yeah.
What fruit is often banned on public transportation in Southeast Asian countries?
Oh, that's a durian.
That is a durian.
That's right.
What?
That seconds for Labras.
They smell like
They smell so bad.
complete doo-doo.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
wow.
much.
That's why.
Yep.
The train
This one I got. I think
Sure.
I do this one.
Do it.
will be departing soon.
I believe this is our last or second to last Amber question. Thank you for all of the help. Who created the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 credits remix of the song "Sweet Dream"?
Akon.
That's
Ooh.
right. That was like at the exact same time. You both get 30 seconds for that.
I run the game and Alpha would know anyways.
That's what we're saying. That's why we don't know it's hard. Is because it's like this one very hard or very easy for both of you. But then what was the one that I thought wasn't gonna be that bad? That was really hard.
A couple of them.
A couple of them.
Or a couple.
Oh, the what? That was I think it was the last race with why is Sonic blue?
Because they ran out of
Because
the other
the sky.
colors in the computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue is easy. Four more hits for me on Perfect Chaos, and then it's time on my end. So.
All right, one last question, the most important question of the day. The potato originally was harvested in what area of the world before spreading everywhere else?
Like, isn't it like a Mesopotamia thing?
No.
Oh,
Or forward in time?
was that time?
No.
Or is there still another section?
Two more hits after this one.
There's 2 sections. Ah ha ha.
Yeah,
I'm a fool. I'm a
Yeah,
fool.
no. Open Your Heart plays, and then it switches to this really bad song for the second half. I don't know why. They should have just kept Open Your Heart playing, or just switched the 2 around.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like maybe reversing both, because I mean like the second phase is so much harder, so you need like something like to embrace you, like you're like, hey, like this is hype, this is like the build up, the moment where like you need to succeed, you know?
You literally cannot hold on much longer.
Instead, you're having a panic attack while these hits are happening, so it's a bit different
Alright.
for sure.
One last hit for me.
You got this.
Any
One last guess for you?
guesses?
Oh,
Where did the potato come from?
Ireland?
No.
Nope.
Done.
Italy? I don't know.
No.
Incorrect. The answer is Peru.
Peru / South
Oh,
America
that makes
/
sense.
Yeah,
Andes
also makes
Mountains.
sense.
That makes sense.
And we
Yeah.
are calculating your final times as we speak. But GG's to both of you, regardless of how the numbers add up. And is there anything you would all like to say?
This was really fun, honestly. I will be honest, I was insanely nervous before coming here, because I do feel like I'm not as cultivated enough for most trivia questions, and also like sometimes like me being French doesn't really translates well the English words for me in my brain, so I can like somehow like or sometimes like get questions like that I'm not really sure about how to answer. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I was just mainly more nervous in the first act of it, of this whole race, but it was super, super fun. I'm glad I did it with Lab too, because Lab is a very smart person, one of the smartest, definitely in the Sonic communities that I've known. And I mean, yeah, this is definitely a good showcase, and I'm glad how everything turned out, because I mean, the hosts were fun, everything was fun. Yeah, just glad to be here once again.
We're glad to have you here.
We're gonna drop the quick list of shoutouts. Shoutouts to all the shout outs to Alpha, shout outs to the host for making this a wonderful time. Actually, I had a great time. Shout outs to PSD and Amber and everyone else who submitted questions. Obviously, helping out a great hotfix. Keep them coming. Shout outs to the GDQ runners that will be running this very category in an epic all-star cast relay, including Alpha, Yoshi Puff, Shovel Claws, Allegro, Spacebar, Mimic, and hopefully we get to see Witherman too. Who knows?
It looks like it could be the voice of the entire All Stories relay. I mean,
let's go.
Don't want to spoil it too much, but we got some pretty good news. The commentary will be pretty tight for it, for sure.
Shout outs to Wither anyways, Dreamcast's strongest soldier. This game had a predecessor that's pretty different, but he's still running it. And I don't want to say still, but like he's running it, making it what it is. Shout outs to our own like community, the Satis community, and the Sacer community, the Sonic Adventure era speedrun community at large.
Absolutely.
Without Sacer, I would have never gone from 06 to Sonic Adventure DX and found this wonderful game where there's a little something in it for everybody. That's what All Stories encompasses. There's all these little bits of the game that are really cool in their own little individual ways. And yeah, shoutouts to the Adventure Era community, the Sonic Speedrunning community, and thank you viewers for viewing.
Yeah, just hanging around with us. I mean, this was a very fun time. I hope y'all had a lot of fun, as much as we did, for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it for us. If you want to find me personally, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at The Alpha Dolphin. It should be already in the stream title, I believe. And for Labris, same thing, Labris SR. And I'm not sure, do you want to make your own shoutouts pretty much for your channel?
Yeah. On Twitch, you can find me at Labris SR, LABRYS SR. On Twitter, good luck. Or just use the GDQ tweet. Either or. But seriously, like the early 3D Sonic games have given me a lot of stuff, and I feel like doing showcases like this is a great way to give back. Whether it's for charity or for just general like enjoyment of whatever, I feel like volunteering my skills and time is something that I would like to do a lot of, and I'm glad I got to do today with Alpha of all people. So. Awesome.
That was nice, and yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Would you all like to know your final times?
Absolutely. I'm striving for it.
Yo.
Alpha, you got a 132.37.9.
Pretty solid.
And Labris, you got a 140.50.
Yeah.
Also pretty solid.
I mean, that was a lot of characters in a short amount of time.
It's a lot of stuff.
So. Thank you both so much for being here with us. Thank you, everybody at home, for watching, hanging out as we learn a little and sometimes gain negative knowledge because we're wrong. But I think that didn't happen that much this time. And before we bid you all farewell this evening and leave Sonic behind until 2 days from now when there's going to be a lot of Sonic runs on the hotfix, check that out as well. We do have the last couple announcements to send you all off on.
Yeah. If you want to watch more GDQ, other than just going to the YouTube and stuff, tune in tomorrow for Challenger Approaching, followed by Legally Cute, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Gameshow Quick Twitch channel.
Thank you so much for Sonicing it up with us. We're sorry we don't have as many battery questions this time. We'll work on it.